Oh my god, what is that jump? We got crazy jumps and crazy plot. Hello everybody, my name's Eric, and in this video we're going to be reacting to part 2 of Parkour Civilization. The first movie was pretty cool. It was a bit long with all the recaps, so in this video I'm going to be skipping just the recap sections, just to speed things up. The plot is definitely interesting, the exposition is crazy. Please consider supporting the channel by purchasing my quality fidget toy. It's on Amazon Prime now, and Etsy. But if you don't want to spend anything, just hit the subscribe button. It's plenty of support. Let's get into it.
I used to dream of being the champion of Parkour Civilization, but now I am. And
I actually
gotta
wonder
admit,
how it's
being
gonna
the
go.
champion is pretty awesome. Since I'm the best at parkour, I make the rules of Parkour Civilization.
Is he
when
just
I
gonna
was at
be
the bottom level, I always
Overlord
thought
now?
that parkouring to the top would lead to a better life. But now, under my rule, people can actually live that better life.
You know what, evbo? You are so humble. I bet it's no coincidence that everything in Parkour Civilization is now evbo themed.
Okay, I'll admit the evbo theme was intentional, but let's be honest, you would totally do the same if you were the champion. I mean,
bit of
I don't
ego.
know if that will ever happen.
Oh, you think that's funny? Let's parkour battle right now and see who wins. I can't wait to be
How
the
are
new
we starting
champion.
this already?
Okay, come on, let's be real here. You versus me? I mean, you do remember our last battle, right? I mean, oof, that was rough.
I think you're just scared because you don't practice parkour anymore.
All right, if you think you can
Oh!
out-parkour me, let's
see
go
it.
for a battle. Honestly, you might be right. I don't even think I'm that good anymore. Whoa, was that a 3-block jump with a 360? No way I can do that again, right? Anyways, you still want to battle?
Oh, no, fine. All
No.
right, you're still the best.
All right,
We all
you're the
make
best.
Mistakes. It's okay. Like I said, being the best in Parkour Civilization is kind of awesome. Not only did I save the world, but
he's got
now
his little
I have
face
the
on
power
it.
to change things for the better. Since I defeated the evil champion, I undid all of the corrupt rules that destroyed Parkour Civilization, and now life is totally different.
actually going to
So,
be
this
a
is how it
fair
works
hierarchy
in
now?
my civilization. Every new player spawns at the bottom level of Parkour Civilization as a
Okay.
parkour noob. There, they will learn how life works in Parkour Civilization and probably fail their first jumps. But
Got it.
even if they do, it's okay because they'll just spawn right back
Hey,
inside the parkour.
let's
temple.
go, freedom!
Once a noob gets more experienced in parkour, they
America.
can attempt the course to
Without
rank
death.
up to try to get to the next level of Parkour Civilization. And yes, I made sure this course was actually possible and not some evil way to make sure that people never ranked up. If a noob
Nice.
completes the course, they get their iron boots and they become a parkour pro. Now they're
Yeah.
on the second level of Parkour Civilization, and the jumps are harder than the bottom level. As a pro, if you miss a single jump, you'll fall back down to the noob level and you'll lose your rank. The only way to get back up is to do the course again. But if
Got
you
it.
can handle all of the jumps at the pro level, you can try to make the course to go even higher in Parkour Civilization. The course to rank up is impossibly hard, and if you miss one jump, you'll die and lose your rank. But if somehow you succeed, you get your gold boots and you rank up to become a parkour master. Only
Parkour
the
master.
best players in Parkour Civilization can survive
Oh, the
the
parkour
difficulty
masters
of
have
jumps
these-
up here.
these
But
now.
it doesn't stop there because the only goal in Parkour Civilization is
Wait.
to make it to the top, to become
There's a
the
lot more
champion.
now.
There's only one champion,
blue.
and the only way to become one is to beat the champion in a
Beat
parkour
me.
battle, which is me again. Man, I can't stop saying it. But I
God
even
damn it.
changed the rules for myself, so if I miss a single jump and I die, I'll rank down and become a parkour master again. And to be honest, I still haven't figured out who would be the next champion after me if that ever happened. But I'm not really worried about that. I mean, when's the
Random
last
lottery
time
system?
I've missed a jump? No! Please.
Ah!
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pretend I almost didn't just lose everything I worked for. You see, I could have just used my totem of undying and been fine, but as the champion, things are a little different. I mean, I got a reputation to maintain. I can't have people going around thinking I can't make a water bucket. But speaking of reputation, so
Got it.
much of my time has been spent trying to rebuild Parkour City for the better. Now, life works a lot differently as a
There's
parkour master.
trees
The first big
everywhere.
change I made was to the parkour bank. When I was a master, you could only get blocks if you completed daily tasks. But after seeing what life was like back in the old days, I decided to make blocks free again. Now, parkour
Blocks are
masters
free?
can get as many blocks as they want, and they don't
The
have to do
economy's gonna
daily
crash.
tasks. I even updated the second floor to the parkour bank. Masters can now get whatever they need to build the hardest jumps in Parkour Civilization. But the biggest change was bringing back Totems of Undying. Totems are free, but you're only allowed to have one at a time. I didn't want people grabbing like 20 of these and living forever and never ranking down, so one is the max. The next change I made was
Okay.
to the food supply. When I was a master, you had to build your own jumps to get food, and I was not a fan of that system because I almost starved because of it. So getting food is now different as a parkour master. Now you have to do 2 4-block jumps if you want to get food. Every day, masters can make these jumps to get 3 golden carrots. Or if you're like me and you're the parkour champion, you never lose hunger, so no need to do these jumps. Alright, well, I guess some parkour pros about to be eating good today. And of course, even if you do get the food, you still have to make the 2 4-block jumps to get back. Now, onto the part that I don't really have figured out yet, and that's buying skyscrapers. When I was a master, I did 2 360s to buy a skyscraper, so I kind of like the idea of building a jump to buy a house. But the problem is that there are no more daily tasks, so I don't know who's gonna sell the houses. Okay, I don't have everything figured out.
The economy
yet,
is crashing! He doesn't
Parkour
figure
City,
it out.
The new parkour arena. Being a noob or being a pro is just about building your parkour skills, but becoming a master is when you actually have to learn how to fight with parkour. And this is the new place to do it. Up here, masters have everything they need to challenge each other to parkour battles. They can battle for fun, or they can battle to the death. I haven't really figured out if I should set a rule on that. But anyways, this is also the place that masters go to if they want to challenge me to become the parkour champion. But I probably got to change some things because I was not ready for the first day. All right, well, parkour battles are open to the public. Oh, look at that. I already got some challengers. Wait, how many? Bro, what? How many people want to challenge me?
Everybody.
I realized that masters usually never saw the parkour champion, so this was new to them.
Hello, Champion evbo. I can't wait to die in this parkour battle.
Oh yeah, good luck.
Can't wait to die.
Wait,
What?
All right, let's do this.
What?
Parkour battle starts now.
Wait. Can you please attack me with a 360 jump?
You want me to attack you with a 360?
Yes, please.
Okay, I guess I can do that. Bro, what is going on? Can this guy do a 360? All right, I'm attacking you with a 3-block 360 jump.
No way, you actually did the 360.
I am so confused. What is this parkour battle? Wait, you didn't even try it.
I know. I get to die by the Champion evbo's 360. This is the best day ever.
Honorable death. What?
Okay, this is so weird. If this is how all of the challenges are gonna go, I need to make some new rules on parkour battles. Overall, it's safe to say that things are going great in parkour civilization. People are now free, and life is what it should be like. But even though things are going so well, there's still one small thing I haven't been able to wrap my head around. At the edge of parkour civilization, there's a bridge that leads to nowhere. My friend who found this said that this wasn't here before, meaning that whatever or whoever made this must have done it recently. The thing is that no one knows what's outside of parkour civilization. Once you reach the edge, the jumps just stop, and there's nowhere left to go. So far, my friend and I haven't figured out anything new, except for now. All right, man, what's going on?
This is strange. Something's stopping me from building the bridge even
Barrier,
further.
world
But
border.
this is where it gets weird. I tried throwing blocks, and they just disappear.
My friend was right. He gave me a block to throw, and when I threw it, it just disappeared instead of falling. It's like there's something here, something that I can't see. All right, well, looks like there's nothing left for us to do. I gotta go visit the old man. I said I'd visit him like a long time ago, and I never did. Before we found the bridge at the edge of parkour civilization, the old man said he needed to tell me something that he should have told me a long time ago. But I just got so busy with champion stuff and trying to change the entire rules of society and whatnot, and I forgot to come down here. All right, old man, I'm ready for your story. And of course he's gone. Bro, why does this guy always disappear when I need him? I need to put like a tracker on him or something. I looked around the neighborhood and I had no clue where he went until I finally saw the old man just standing in the distance. Oh, that's a relief. I thought he was trying to pull another jump in the void move on me. Can you at least leave a sign or something when you go places so I can find you? Wait, what? Why are you taking damage? What's going on?
What?
evbo, you made it. Quick, I don't have much time. I'm old and I'm dying. But I
Dying
need
of
you
old
to hear
age?
this.
No. This can't be happening. Why didn't you say anything? I could have done something. I don't get it. You know I have the command blocks. We could have found you a cure.
There is no cure for old age, my boy. It is not my destiny to live on, but it is your destiny to keep going and to save parkour civilization once more. I should have told you sooner about the 5th layer of parkour civilization.
The 5th layer?
But it is too late. I fear that evil is returning.
The
Evil?
5th layer of parkour civilization?
Beyond the edge, you'll find it. If this evil returns, parkour civilization will be destroyed.
That's where the bridge leads to? Another level of parkour civilization.
My time is here, evbo. I need you to end my suffering with a parkour battle.
No, that's
What?
not fair. You can't ask me to do
An
that.
honorable
I'm not
death?
asking, evbo. I need this, please.
I
I
need this
never would've
honorable
thought
death,
this
please.
was what it would come to. But the old man gave me no choice, and I had to honor his word.
Thank you, evbo, for everything. You are and always will be a better champion than I ever was. I hope to be with the parkour god now.
And just like that, the old man, my mentor, and my friend was gone. Without him, I would have never become the champion of parkour civilization. And now there's a new evil that I'll have to face alone, without the help of the old man. But he trusted me. He knew that I was the only one capable of saving parkour civilization. So now wasn't the time to stop. Now was time to honor the old man's legacy by finding this lost civilization and getting rid of this evil before it destroys all of parkour civilization. Alright, well, this is it. Somewhere beyond this bridge is the lost civilization. and I think we both know that the only way I can get there is to just jump. Look, I don't know what's gonna be on the
Leap
other
of
side,
faith
but if anything
to
happens, I trust you with Parkour Civilization. Just make sure you get better at 360s while I'm gone.
We'll both be doing 360s once we make it back together. See you on the other side.
No, wait!
Oh!
Before I could stop
He
him,
jumped
my
first.
friend jumped off the end of the bridge and he just disappeared in thin air. Of course he did that. Alright, well, I guess
see
this
you
is
on the
now
other
not a
side.
solo mission. I have no way of knowing what lies beyond the bridge, and there's a very real chance that I never see Parkour Civilization ever again. But I spent my
YOLO.
life
YOLO.
fighting to save Parkour
YOLO.
Civilization. And if there's an
You only
evil
live
out there
once.
that threatens to destroy the world, then I'm gonna fight again.
got
At the
enough
very
time, but-
least, I owe it to the old man to try.
Oh,
Okay, time to find out if I can parkour on water. Yep, I knew this was
What?
such a bad idea.
It was
Okay,
water?
I'm still alive for now. All right, just one jump at a time. I only have to do like 5 more of those, of course.
Where
Yep, I'm
are
not
we?
making it back to Parkour Civilization. In all my time in Parkour Civilization, I've never heard of water parkour. But you know what they say,
parkour.
the first time to try is when you're floating over the void in a civilization that you never knew existed. The worst part is that I don't even know if I have a way back to
There's a
Parkour
new
Civilization.
civilization.
Things were going great as the champion of Parkour Civilization, but of course,
skipping! Bro.
the old man edge of the one problem. My friend was gone. I don't know what happened
friend's
to him
gone?
or if he's even alive still. But all I know is that I'm stuck in a lost
I
civilization.
ain't
doing the
dealing with this
scariest
anime
parkour I've
recap
ever
shit,
done.
bro.
Okay, that was way too close. If
We
I ever
skipping
make
that.
it back to Parkour Civilization, I'm adding water jumps to practice. Alright, well, now what to do? I looked around and saw nothing. No sign of life, no sign of my friend. All I could do now was just parkour. So this was supposed to be the 5th layer of Parkour Civilization. Everywhere I looked was a 3-block jump, which is the same as it is on the master level. But that's when I saw something in the distance. Structures made out of blocks that I've never seen before. The old man was telling the truth. There is a civilization out here. But how did they get this far away from Parkour Civilization? And why are they here? Man, imagine how easy my life would be if someone just made a Parkour Civilization history
Sand
book. I could have just
temples.
read about this
What?
place and I wouldn't have had to risk my life coming here.
Parkour
But
history.
no one likes to write anything down and everyone likes to
Bones
keep
and
secrets, which makes my
sand
life so
blocks.
much harder. Whatever.
Sandstone
I guess what I
stairs.
said before really is true. Parkour is used for everything in life. You make jumps to buy a house, you make jumps to get food, but more importantly, you make jumps to know the truth. So
Make
now the
jumps to
question
know
is, how
the
many
truth.
more jumps do I have to make to figure out the truth about this place? From what I saw, it looked like all of the houses on this level were abandoned. That was until they weren't.
What?
On the other side
Who
of
are
the
you?
house, someone came out of the room. It was a
Chainmail.
parkour pro. People were actually alive in this civilization. But when the person came closer, I realized this wasn't a pro at all.
There's
Oh,
chainmail.
let's go. You don't know how happy I am to see someone here. Can you please explain to me where we are and who you are? You have chain boots.
If you seek to know answers, you must beat me in a parkour battle.
Bro,
See, this is what I'm
why?
talking about. People can't just say anything
Why?
without doing parkour. All right, let's battle. I watched as the person in chain boots built quite a long parkour combo for his first attack. Whoever these people were knew how to fight.
You must build the jumps I have built. The parkour battle will start and end on this block.
The battle will start and end on this block? What is going on? All right, well, he said to build the jumps that he just built, so I guess I'll start with that. I don't know if I should feel bad for him. I don't know if these people out here know that I'm the parkour champion. But if I got to
I'm the
destroy
parkour
someone in a
champion.
parkour battle for some answers, I got no problem hitting them with the classic evbo 360s. All right, I built all the jumps you did, so how is this gonna work? Are you gonna attack first, or do you want me to attack first?
Are you ready to battle?
I mean, yeah,
Are
I've
you
been
ready
standing
to
here.
battle?
You can go first if you want. I don't care. I watched as the guy in chain boots did a 6-jump parkour combo for his first attack. All right, seems easy enough. Time for my
You
turn.
lost, parkour champion. We will return and have our revenge.
He knows who I am. Something was wrong.
Parkour
I pulled out
champion.
my totem of undying, and
Oh!
just as I did, I got hit with an attack that would have killed
saved
me. Whatever
himself.
this parkour battle was something I didn't know how to defend against.
Is it
I
a
had to get out
speed?
of here. If that person battles me again, I don't know if I can survive another attack. I don't even know what he hit me with. How did that attack do 10 hearts? And I
10
couldn't even
hearts,
counter
Jesus.
with an attack of my own. This is bad. This is so bad. My totem of undying is gone. If I lose another parkour battle,
Oh,
or
shit,
if I
oh,
miss
shit,
a
oh,
single
shit.
jump, it's over. I have no second chances, which means I'm gonna have to do what I do best and parkour to survive. Within a few seconds, the guy in chain boots was gonna see me, but I had a plan. I couldn't run. I had to fight back. Right when the guy came around the corner, I placed down 2 blocks and attacked him with a 3-block 360. From everything I know about parkour battles, he had no choice but to accept the challenge. But if this guy knows something I don't, then I just made a huge mistake. Luckily, it looked like he was forced to battle me.
You have only bought yourself time, champion. We will return.
I watched as the person attempted the 360, but they missed it. Okay, I am very thankful that 360s don't exist out here. I might have gotten lucky in this first parkour battle, but now that I know that there's an entire civilization that wants revenge on the parkour champion, I think it's safe to say that I am nowhere close to being safe. The only thing I know now is that no one should be living in this house anymore, so I should be safe here.
Oh man, am I happy to see you.
And just when I thought I caught a break, I heard a voice. And it was the voice of someone I thought I got rid of a long time ago. I slowly turned around to see someone standing right behind me.
I thought I was gonna be stuck in here alone forever, but now you're here.
Before anything could happen, I set up a 3-block diagonal jump to get ready to attack with.
Whoa, bro, chill. I'm not looking for a fight. I'm just trying to survive like you. You can relax.
Siwat made his way closer to me, and I realized he wasn't wearing gold boots anymore. He was wearing chain boots as well. Hold on, what is going on? How are you here?
Pretty crazy, right? An entire level of parkour civilization that we didn't even know existed. It's really cool, but we're kind of stuck here, so I guess that's not so cool.
Okay, yeah, I've gotten that by now. I have eyes of my own, but how did you get here?
Well, I made the bridge, which I'm guessing you found. After you became champion, I knew I had to run. I had nowhere to hide.
Run!
The only chance of survival I had was the rumor that there was a lost civilization somewhere beyond the edge. And as it turns out, it was much more than just a rumor. So, since you ruined parkour civilization...
you mean saved it from you maniacs?
Yeah, whatever. I thought I'd start a new life
okay.
Here, but that's when I realized everyone in this level is crazy and wants to destroy parkour civilization along with everyone in it, which includes me. So yeah, I could probably use your help here.
Siwat can't be trusted, and if I decide not to attack him, I might be making a huge mistake. Why would I trust you now, after all that you've done?
Bro, I don't have any more blocks to attack you with. Besides, we need each other if we're gonna survive and make it out alive.
Fine. This is gonna be a huge mistake.
I'm clicking the X button to doubt, boys.
What exactly is this place? What was the 5th layer of parkour civilization?
I don't know. They were some kind of fighters. Here, you should put these on so you don't stand out.
Really? You think I'm gonna fall for that? You want me to take off my champion boots?
What do you think I'm gonna do? Steal them from your inventory? That's not even possible. I'm just trying to help you hide.
Okay, that's a valid point. I'll give it to you. Man, I hate it when the villains make sense. I took off my champion boots and I put on my new pair of chain boots. I don't even know if this is gonna work, but if it helps me avoid at least one more parkour battle against one of these fighters, then I'm all for it. I followed Siwat until we arrived at what he wanted to show me, and we were standing in front of the parkour temple. But this one was different. The entire thing was in ruins. Siwat said this entire level used to exist in parkour civilization, but somehow it was erased and removed from history. Like it never even happened. The worst part is that everyone that was on this level of civilization when it was erased got trapped here with no way back. The question now is, how was an entire level of parkour civilization erased? And why?
Hidden level.
I didn't want to believe it, but the evidence was right in front of me. Inside this parkour temple, there was a statue that indicates that there was a 5th level of civilization. Okay, this is a lot to wrap my head around. So back then, there was a rank between being a pro and being a master. And as far as I can tell, these people know how to fight. Maybe a little too well, to be honest. Siwat started to make the climb to get up to the top of the parkour temple. Back when this level was in parkour civilization, this is the course you would have to do to actually become a parkour master. The course to make it to the top was starting to fade away, but if you're good enough at parkour, you can still make it. Of course, it was no problem for me being the champion. Okay, that was actually kind of close. All right, let's see what it looks like in here. Whoa, this was not what I was expecting.
Is it just battles with battles?
Inside the temple was the place where you would rank up if you were on this level of civilization. Siwat started telling me that there's something in this temple that the people living on this civilization want. The problem is that they haven't been able to get it because the door is locked. He said that this course is different from all of the others. He said it wasn't just about making the parkour jumps to get up to the top, but it was about winning the parkour battles. Apparently, the only way to rank up and get
4 sacrifices
is to win 4 parkour battles in a row. But these parkour battles weren't just fought against anybody. They were fought against parkour legends. Each of these 4 battles was fought against a parkour legend who has spent their entire life mastering a specific type
parkour legend.
parkour. But see what said these legends don't just show up. He said that there are 4 discs, and each disc summons a parkour legend.
Music
Only by
discs?
getting all 4, you can make it to the top and open the door. Okay, let me get this straight. So there are 4 discs. Each disc summons a parkour legend, and you
It's
have to beat
4
all 4 in
bosses.
a row in order to get the door
In a
open.
row.
And the people on this civilization want something behind the door. So I guess this is the part where you tell me I need to stop them from getting the door open?
Actually, the opposite. I think they want something that will let them escape. So we need to get the discs first and get out of here before they do.
Okay, so we just gotta find the discs before these people do, and we can get out of here before they destroy the world. I might be the best player in the
Okay.
world at parkour,
Why
but
are
that
they gonna
doesn't mean
destroy
I'm
the
not
world?
worried about the journey ahead. I mean, the people in this civilization
hate
have been
the-
stuck
they-
here for
they hate the
years.
diamond
They've had
guy.
all of this time to find the discs, but they
do
haven't
they hate
gotten
the
a single
diamond guy
one
so
of them
much?
yet. That means I can only assume that getting a disc is impossible for most people. Maybe it's even impossible for me. Bro, how has Siwat not even made it down yet?
Look, buddy, I know you're the mighty champion and whatnot, but you should probably play it a bit safer. If you die here, I don't know what happens. And if you fall into the void, I don't know if you're coming back.
If you don't remember, I don't like you, so can you just focus on yourself and let's get this over with?
Okay, fine.
Boom.
Don't listen to me.
I need to know something. I came here with my friend, and when I got here, he was gone. Just, can you tell me if you saw him or something?
Nope. If you haven't seen him by now, there's a good chance he's gone, but maybe I'm wrong. Here, you're gonna need this. This compass will guide you to the place where you can find the first disc.
The
Good
ice
luck, man.
legend.
It was time to go searching for the
Oh
disc
my
that would
God,
summon
what
the
in the
first
Elden
legend
Ring
of
boss
parkour.
fight?
If my friend is alive out there somewhere, I'll
Gotta
find
do all
him.
the
But
side
right now,
quests,
I have to
and
do
then
this
you
journey
can
alone.
do
Wait,
the final
why am I
boss.
doing this alone? Wait, you were just gonna sit here
You're
and
just
watch
gonna
me
sit
risk
here?
my life? Why aren't you coming?
You're the champion. I can't parkour like you. Or if you want to give me blocks so I can fight, but I feel like that's not an option.
You're right, I would never give you blocks in a million years.
Never
Alright,
giving you
well, I
blocks.
guess that is a valid reason to go by myself. Looks like it's up to me to save the world again, but that's kind of my thing. Just one jump at a time.
Nice,
Oh
nice,
no, I hope
nice.
this isn't a parkour checkpoint.
Stop right there.
Yep, of course it
Ah,
is.
shit.
I'm in trouble.
We already have a parkour search team looking for the disc as we speak. We weren't expecting more company.
This is really bad. If I don't find a way past this checkpoint, it might be the end of parkour civilization. Alright, I got 2 options. I can talk or I can fight. Let's try the talking thing first. I was transferred here from another parkour search team. Yeah, apparently the job was taking too long.
Yeah, that figures. Just build the password and I'll let you through.
Build the
great,
password?
The password is parkour. That means there are literally an infinite number of possibilities that the password could be, and there's no way I'm guessing this. So, no more of the talking thing. It's time to parkour battle. I set
Time
up
to
a
parkour
3-jump
battle.
parkour combo for my attack. This was it. There was no going back now. Once I start this battle, the guy will know I'm the parkour champion, and everyone will be after me. But I have no choice. I attacked with a
Boom,
3-block
boom,
vertical to a
boom.
4-block to a 4-block diagonal jump. Let's
Boom.
go. I challenge you to a
All right, password accepted. You're good.
Oh.
Good luck finding any information about the disc.
That was
We
the
need
right
it.
password.
password accepted. Wait, this was the password?
We can never be too careful. I heard the parkour champion's out there somewhere.
Divine
I can't
boom,
believe
bro.
he actually thought it would be a good idea to come here.
Yeah, why would he do that? Don't worry, we'll find this parkour champion. I heard he's not even that good at parkour. Oh, okay, good
Yeah,
to
we'll
see my
find this
disguise is still
parkour-
working.
parkour
Once I made it
champion.
past the parkour checkpoint, everything changed. All of the grass block jumps had turned into ice and snow. Any normal
Yeah.
person would turn around, but I have to keep going.
I
After
gotta keep
realizing
going.
that I was stranded in the 5th layer of parkour civilization, I learned that the only way out of here is to find 4 discs that summon 4 parkour legends. But if these discs fall into the wrong hands, parkour civilization might be destroyed. So the only option I had was to team up with my enemy, because whether I like it or
Bro,
not,
the
really led me
recap.
to the right place. I was supposed to be finding the disc that would summon the ice legend of parkour, and if I didn't know any better, I would say I'm in the right area. Now I just need to find this disc
Ice
before
level.
anyone gets it. The problem is that I don't even know where to start. I tried looking for clues inside one of these houses, but
Doors
all
don't
of the
even
doors were locked. The fighters on
Okay,
this
put in
level
an
have
item.
supposedly been looking for this disc for a long time, which can only mean 2 things. They can't find it, or they can't get to it. In the distance, I saw a structure that looked like it was a parkour course. When I got closer, I saw that the course was made completely out of ice blocks. And at the very top, there was a dispenser. An entire course made out of ice sounds like where the ice legend disc would be. This has to be it, right? Maybe the problem wasn't finding the disc, but getting to it. Maybe the jumps were too hard for people, or people are just too afraid to try. Whatever the reason is, I gotta make this course before someone else does and get the disc. The people here might be too afraid to try these jumps, but I'm not, because if the fate of the world depends on it, then I won't hesitate to risk my life. I didn't have too much experience with ice parkour, but I was still staying on the blocks, which is all that mattered. Only 2 jumps left. Come on, I can do this. I went for the last 2 jumps, and I made it to the top. Let's go, I did it. So does that make me an ice parkour legend now? I mean, I don't see anyone else doing the course. Alright, let's just hope that no one got to the disc before I did. If it's still here, then I only have 3 more to go. Let's do this. I hit the button and an item came out. Let's go. It was still here. I got the disc to summon the... Wait, what? A house key? Bro, are you serious? I did all of that just to buy a house?
Okay, well, buy a house?
Back to square one. I have no clue where to find the disc, and I bought a house that I don't need. Now that I think about it, I might be the first one in history to have bought a house on every layer of parkour civilization. Was it worth risking the entire fate of the world and my life? Probably not, but is it cool? Yes. Okay, now I have a real reason to make it out of here. I need someone to know this story. All right, I gotta get back on track. I need to find this disc. Whoever lived in these houses before were doing some pretty serious parkour.
What?
One of the jumps to get to the beds was a 5-block ice jump. Is that even possible? I opened the chest expecting to find nothing, but to my surprise, there was a book. When I opened it up, I realized it was written in parkour. Luckily for me, I've been learning how to read the parkour language, so I could translate a little bit of it. The book said that people would live in these houses to train for the Ice Legends course. The book said that people would often spend years here just training so they could be good enough to complete the impossible ice course. Well, that's reassuring. I definitely do not have years to train on these jumps, but the book did mention an Ice Legends course, and if the disc was gonna be anywhere, it was probably gonna be there. The only problem now is finding this course. I mean, it's probably not gonna be a big building standing in the middle of the open. Oh, okay, well, I think I found it. I don't know what the Ice Legends parkour course was, but if I had to guess, this had to be it. Even from afar, this looked like the hardest parkour course I've ever seen. And I have to be the one to do it because the world will end if I don't. Bro, I don't even get paid for being the parkour champion. This is so not worth it. If this entire course is to just buy another house, I think I might just get it over with and jump off. But I quickly realized that I was at the right place because at that moment, I saw someone completing the course. Someone was after the disc, and right now, they were on track to get it before me. That means not only do I have to survive every jump, but I have to do it fast if I want to catch up. The problem is that this course wasn't the course to go fast on. These were ice jumps, and that means even the slightest miscalculation could send you sliding right off the edge. And that's not something I'm interested in doing. I was only at the beginning, and yet each jump seemed like it was getting harder and harder. This next jump was a head hitter, meaning if I mistime my jump... No! Well, let's just make sure I don't do that, please. Oh, okay. These jumps that I was making were harder than anything that even exists in parkour civilization. If I somehow make it back alive, I am definitely making the practice courses harder at home. As much as I wish I had more practice on ice jumps, I always say that the best time to try new parkour is when you're in a life or death situation. Now that I think about it, that saying doesn't really make any sense, but who am I kidding? I'm just stalling because I have to do a 5-block vertical jump, and there's definitely a 50-50 chance I don't make it, but the fear of death never stopped me from trying. I cleared the 5-block vertical jump, and I was still on the course. When I looked ahead, I saw that I had almost caught up to the parkour fighter that was doing the course with me. At the rate I'm going, I'll pass him and make it to the disc first. But I also have to hope that he doesn't recognize that I'm not one of them.
Wait, what? Who are you? Why are you here? I'm supposed to be the only one gathering information about the Ice Legend disc.
Oh, yeah, boss sent me here. He said you were taking too long, and he wanted things to speed up, so he sent me. Bro, why did I say boss?
Oh, if boss sent you, very well. I haven't been able to get past the 5-block jump, but if you think you can do it, go right ahead.
Oh, yeah, of course. You know boss's orders, right? Bro, how did that even work? Okay, let's just get out of here. Somehow, I escaped the interaction without a parkour battle, which is great, because if I had to fight here, that would be really bad. But now I know that they have a boss or a leader. Someone is leading these fighters to go find all of the discs. And I can only assume that whoever this leader is wants revenge on parkour civilization. Well, not even assume. One guy literally said word for word he wants revenge on parkour civilization. So I guess that's a pretty clear indicator. All right, I really need to stop monologuing right before I'm about to go for a death-defying jump. Please make it, please make it. Oh, that should not have been possible. With every jump, I felt like I was barely staying on the edge. But I wouldn't expect anything less from a course that was made by a parkour legend. Every jump was designed to be nearly impossible, including this 5-block jump, which I'm about to complete. I can make it. No! Just when I thought my journey was over, there was a block under me to catch my fall. Oh, that could not have been any closer.
How could you have gotten a water bucket?
And I just moved my cover. I forgot these these guys don't have water buckets.
Shit.
I had no
I
choice
blew my
but to
cover.
engage in a parkour battle. I needed the chance to attack first, and my attack was going to be something that would end the battle
backwards ice.
immediately. There you have it, a 2-block backwards jump, buddy. And just so you know, I've never lost a parkour battle. Obviously, that's not true, but the intimidation worked.
The void is more honorable than losing a battle to the champion.
And just like that, the parkour battle was over. Bro, what do these people have against me? How is dying in the
They hate-
void more honorable than battling me?
They-
Despite dealing
they
with a
hate him.
little emotional pain, I got rid of the parkour fighter unharmed. Now, there was no one standing in my way to get the disc. All I had to do was make it past this 5-block jump. The fighters that have been trapped here for years haven't been able to make it, but if there was someone to do it, it was gonna be me. If I was the first one to make the 5-block jump, that means there's a good chance that the disc is still here. And I only have a few more jumps before I can get to the top and retrieve it. I've come too far in this journey to fall now.
Momentum
Getting
jump.
this disc means saving the world, and
Ooh,
maybe
ice
even
jump.
saving my friend. So I have
Ooh,
no
ladder
choice but
jumps
to
again.
succeed. I made the last ladder jump, and there I was, standing down at the hardest parkour course I've ever completed.
I
Now,
made it.
it's time to find out if this journey was truly worth the risk. Just one more easy jump, nothing crazy. Oh, okay, no surprise there. I never fall on the easy jumps. It's time to find out if the disc is still here, or if it even exists at all. I walked up and stood on the pedestal, and an item appeared in my hand.
Ice
This
legend.
time, it wasn't a house key. It was the disc to summon the ice legend of parkour. Siwat was telling the truth. He
Is it
could have
gonna
led
be
me into
fire,
a trap, but he
ice,
didn't. The discs are real, and now I have
earth,
one of the
and then
4.
wind?
All I have to do is get the
Is
other
that gonna be
3,
the 4?
and that's my ticket home. Hopefully, my friend's still out there, so I can bring him home too. And maybe Siwat. I don't really want to bring him home.
Hey, hold up. Where are you going? Why are you not gathering information about the disc? You said
I
you were
got the
transferred here to
disc.
help.
Yeah, I was, but it looked like the other guy had it all under control. I mean, he was really good at parkour.
Oh,
He
10
said
out
he
of 10
didn't need
smooth.
me anymore.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right. We've been best friends since we were kids. I don't know what I'd do without him. All right, you're good to go.
Thanks, man. Wish you and
Yeah,
your friend the best. Oh, that's
hope
so
he lives.
awkward. I think I might have just created a new supervillain. All right, I'm sure there's a part of you that wanted me to fail, but I made it back and I got the disc.
No way you actually got the disc.
Yep, 1 down and 3 more to go.
We can actually do this. Or you can do this. You got it, man.
The journey was far from over.
Just you.
Siwat gave me the compass that would lead me to the second
Oh,
parkour
glass
legend.
legend.
Now that I have the disc for the ice legend, I
You
was
know,
now
should we be
searching for
trusting
the
this
legend
guy?
of glass parkour.
Is he
Oh,
just
as if
making
the
us
journey
gather
wasn't as
some
difficult
random
as it
shit
was
that's
already.
gonna blow
This
up the
legend
world?
just had to be glass. I have a feeling that
Collect
there's a
all
very
the
slim
4
chance I make
legends,
it back
legend
alive.
discs, and
Just 3 more to go. Just 3 more.
Getting past a parkour checkpoint is no easy task. I can't use parkour as a bribe here, and I'm definitely not guessing the parkour password this time. That means the only way through is to fight. Saving the world is exhausting. Alright, let's get this over with. No point in introducing myself since this should be over soon. You know, I probably shouldn't be this confident since these people seem to know way more about parkour battles than I do, but I'm still the parkour champion, so being confident is a part of the job. I started the battle with a
that's a crazy
3-block
jump.
vertical
Oh.
sideways ladder jump, but the parkour fighter didn't even look surprised, even though I just challenged him to a parkour battle.
All right, champion. Let's see if you're as good as they say.
I watched as the fighter attempted the jump, but
Already
failed. Oh, this is gonna be quicker than I thought. Okay, that attack should have done at least 5 hearts, so 1 more attack and I can get back to saving the world. Might as well just put this guy out of his misery and hit him
Flower
with the
pots.
signature evbo 360. Under pressure, I made a 3-block flower pot 360. Against most people, that would have ended the battle, but I soon realized that this wasn't a normal parkour
Ooh.
battle. Oh, great. I
He's
should have
got
just tried
items.
guessing the password.
This attack will give you poison.
His attack only works if his jump is harder than mine, but I don't think a 3-block brewing stand jump is harder than my 360. I think I'm about to win this, but when the fighter went for the jump, he added a 180.
I bet you thought this would be easy.
Adding a 180 to his jump must have made his attack harder because he would have taken damage by now. This is not good. If I don't build a harder attack right
Gotta
now,
build a
I'm gonna
harder
get
jump.
poisoned, and that could be the end of me. That's why this is a perfect time to set up a jump that I've never attempted before. It's
God
simple.
damn.
If I make this jump, I win the battle. And the jump I was going for was a 3-block ladder 360.
Ladder
Tried to work.
360?
I went
That's
for the
crazy.
360. Please make it. But I failed.
No.
The attack hit me, and now I was being poisoned. I actually thought I was gonna win this battle. battle, but now the odds are stacked against me. By the time the poison wore off, I had half a heart left, and the fighter was already planning out his next attack. From here on out, if I make a single mistake, my journey is over. But that's why I'm the one trying to save the world. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. The fighter was setting up a parkour combo with ice blocks. Okay, this is good. I just mastered ice block jump. Wait, what? Before the
Bro, he fell off.
His attack, he just slipped off.
Oops.
Okay, that was not how I thought it was gonna end. Doesn't matter. It looks like it's another win for me. Let's go. Even though I barely survived the parkour battle, I was stepping into more dangerous territory. This was where I was gonna find the disc to summon the glass legend of parkour. There are 4 discs I need to find in order to get back to parkour.
Bro, the exposition.
So still 3 discs virtually, since most of the jumps are glass panes. Not that it makes a difference, but before I go any further, let's get my health back. The entire time I've been here, I've been using my champion boots to gain my hunger back. That's one part I didn't get. As the parkour champion, I don't really need food anymore, but everyone else does, so how are they getting food? Alright, I'm just gonna focus on getting the disc and get out of here as fast as I can. This journey was different than the last one. Last time, I made it through the checkpoint without blowing my cover, but this time, well, the guard's in the void. If some of the other fighters realize that the guard is gone, they're gonna come after me. So, I'm just gonna beat this course, get the disc, and get out of here before any of the fighters can catch me. Easier said than done, obviously, because this wasn't just any ordinary parkour course. This course was designed for someone who is a master at glass parkour. Now, I'm all for having self-confidence and whatnot, but the reality is that I have never done jumps like these. This course was about to be all unexplored territory for me, and I only have one chance to make all of these jumps. But the clock is ticking, and I need to get these discs before any of the fighters do. You know, I would have been a lot more comfortable if the glass parkour course were glass blocks and not panes, but when do I ever get my way with anything? I will say that one thing keeping me going is that if I do make it back alive, I mean, I would have to be the greatest of all time at parkour, right? While that thought sounds amazing, I just remembered that I've only gotten 1 disc so far. So if I manage to survive this course, which by looking at it doesn't seem likely to be honest, I still have 2 more massive parkour courses to go through.
Oh, that jump looks so nasty, bro.
Alright, let's break this down real quick. So, if I miss a single jump, I die. If I have another battle with a parkour fighter, which is probably gonna happen, I die. And if CWAT has been plotting against me the entire time, well, I probably die. Well, alright, I think my chances are looking great. I take that back. Bro, what even are those parkour jumps? Alright, let's just get this over with. Glass jumps are all about precision.
When the chandelier parkour
is only 1/8 of the size of a regular block, meaning each jump has to be the perfect distance. That also means I get no momentum for this 3-block vertical jump. Please, parkour god. Oh, okay. And the next jump is just as hard. The 4-block jump onto a single pane was terrifying, but I went for it and I barely stayed on the edge. Bro, to think I could have been at home just chilling, getting a parkour delivery to my house. Wait, do I even have a house anymore? Let's see. If this jump is possible, I only have to do a 2-block jump. This has to be a shortcut, right? No way I'm not taking this. Let's go. I get to skip some. No, that's a trick for sure. That jump's not possible. All right, no shortcuts for me today. I guess I got to take the hard way. I slowly made my way through the course, making sure to take my time with every single jump. As of now, I didn't see any other parkour fighters doing the course, so I didn't need to worry about completing this course fast. I just needed to stay alive. But what if there's no fighters here because someone already completed the course and got the disc? Alright, let's just hope that's not the case. Oh my. Bro, are you serious? Not one of these staircases? Thankfully, I made it to the top of the horribly designed staircase. But then, I saw something on the ground. It looked like a piece of paper. I picked it up and it said something on it. It said, don't finish the course? I had no clue what to make of this. I was so close to the end. I was almost at the second disc. So either someone is warning me about something, or this was an attempt to try to make me not get the disc. Well, this just got a lot more complicated. I decided that the second option was more likely. The fighters know that I'm looking for the discs, so maybe they had someone put this note here to try to get me to stop looking for them. But if that isn't their plan and someone is warning me, then I could be jumping into an ambush. At this point though, I don't even think it matters. As of now, the only way I know of getting back to parkour civilization is getting all 4 discs. So even if getting this disc is going to lead me into a trap, I have to still try to get it. Only a few more jumps and I would be at the end. Do I go for a shortcut now? Why not? Let's do it. I swear, all of this better be some crazy test to become the parkour god or something, because there's no way I'm doing this for free.
The ancient parkour.
One more jump and the disc is mine. Let's do this. I went for the last final jump and I made it. I had completed the Glass Legends parkour course.
Glass
Let's go. Let's
Legend.
get this disc, or let's fall into a trap. I hope it's the disc. When I stepped onto the
Glass
pedestal,
Legend.
the
Nice.
dispenser gave me the exact item I wanted to see. The disc to summon the Glass Legend of Parkour was now in my possession. All right, 2 down, 2 to go. And now I just gotta worry about getting off of this course. Oh, this is the worst. I was
now you gotta
making
go
my
back.
way back to meet Siwat to get the compass for the 3rd disc, but that's when I saw something. It was a massive building that I've
What's
never
that?
seen before. Obviously, I want to get the discs and get out of here as fast as I can, but my friend is still missing. Maybe there's a chance he's alive and he made it into this building and he's hiding here. Even if he's not here, I can
Bookshelves
afford a
and
little
left
detour to
turns.
find out. The building I walked into looked like it was some old library, although most of the bookshelves looked like they were empty. Geez, this staircase is even worse than the glass one. I didn't even think that was possible. I didn't know what I was looking for, but at the very least, I was hoping I could find a book that would at least give me a little information. I looked around until I finally saw a bookshelf with a book left in it. Okay, let me try not to fall off the edge while grabbing this. The book was written in parkour, but I could still understand a little bit of it. It looked like it was talking about the champion boots, something about hunger and powers. Well, that's not really new
Hungers
information
and
for me. I've been
powers.
using these boots to feed myself the entire time. Okay,
Got it,
let's see
got
what
it.
else I can find in this library. I looked around and still there was no sight of my
What if something? It's like a rule, like the diamond boots siphons food from this civilization, and that's why they hate the champion, because they're all starving while he's eating good with infinite hunger.
friend. I knew the
Just a
chances were
theory.
slim, but some part of me still believed that
Honestly,
he would be here.
these
But that's when I
lectern
went up
jumps
to the next floor
make
and I
me
saw
lose my mind.
someone. Oh no, I do not want to battle. Please just don't turn around. And she turned around.
It's you! You're back! Oh, I
You're
always
back.
knew you would change your mind.
Right. I'm back.
I never blamed you for what you did. I know it was a tough decision.
Okay, this woman does not know who
Who
I
am I?
am,
You
but
think
I have no clue
am I
what
your
she's talking
long
about.
lost
I just gotta
husband?
go with
What's
it, I
going on
guess.
here?
I assume you're here to get your friend, correct?
My
What?
friend? You know where my friend
know?
is?
Oh, yes. I got the book around here somewhere. Forgive me. It's been a while since I've had to do parkour. I should be able to reach it.
Oh, not to worry. I'll get it. It's easy parkour. It's just that book right there, right? Yeah, don't worry. I'll do. No!
No!
Oh no, that's not good.
Oh, Granny died. And all
At
her
least she
info.
went out quickly. All right, let's go get this.
At
book.
least she
I
went out
grabbed
quickly?
The book
What?
off the shelf and I started reading. The book said something about a prison where it's impossible to parkour. If the fighters captured my friend, that's probably where they took him. This is good news. This is great news, actually. This is the only evidence I have that my friend might be alive. And maybe Siwat knows where this prison is. I made my way back to Siwat to get the 3rd compass from him. All right, I'm back, whether you like it or not. Hello, Siwat.
What?
What are you doing in the corner? Are you napping?
Bro, I'm tired. You take so long to get these things.
Oh
I
my
take so
God,
long
these
to get these things.
so
Bro,
long.
I hate you so much. I got the 2nd disc, but it's getting a little trickier to get past the checkpoints, but I still got it. I'm ready to go get the 3rd one. Siwat threw me the 3rd compass that would lead me to the legend
Crystal
of Crystal
Legend?
Parkour. There's one more
Amethyst
thing.
Parkour?
I think my friend might still be alive in some prison. Do you know anything about it?
If that's true, then there's a chance we can save him. But we gotta get the 3rd and 4th disc first.
Okay, you're right. We'll get the discs before the fighters do, we'll save my friend, and we'll get out of here. As the journey goes on, the jumps get harder and the stakes get higher. I've saved the world by myself before, but this time, I don't know if I can do it alone. But if I can find my friend before it's too late, then I think we have a chance. If I make this parkour course, I'm one step closer
Yeah,
to
that's right,
saving the
it's
world.
Amethyst.
Even though this is parkour I've never done before, the good news is I can take my time because there's no one else doing the— Oh, no, I take that
there's a
back.
guy right
There is
there.
someone doing the course. This is not good. If that person makes the parkour course before I do, they'll have their hands on one of the 4 discs I need to save the world, which means I cannot take this parkour course slowly. Every single one of these parkour jumps were made up of crystals, and in all my time in parkour civilization,
tiny,
I've never
tiny
seen jumps like
crystals,
these. But
bro.
I had to go fast. I had to make the— No!
No!
I was the guy who saved parkour civilization, and I actually believed I could be the one to do it again. I had made 2 of the hardest—
He
Maybe
fell.
it wasn't my destiny. I knew the journey would cost me my life. So I kind of— But the strange thing is that there was no one here. There was
No
no one
guard?
guarding the checkpoint, which means
Why
I
did
was
we
either
skip
lucky
forward?
or I was leading myself into a trap.
How did
Given
we skip
everything
forward
that has
a bit? I don't
happened,
know.
it's probably a trap.
I don't know,
But the
this
good
video was
news is
edited
that it
together.
was now just me and the hundreds of crystal parkour
Did he
jumps.
fall, or was
Even
that a-
though I
was that a
avoided a
debate?
parkour battle, I was clearly not out of danger. I needed to make my way over to the Parkour Legends course, but that meant I had to figure out what exactly these parkour jumps were. Crystal jumps didn't exist in parkour civilization. I was going into into this with zero experience. I tried my best to stay on the crystals that were entire blocks, but at some point, I had no choice but to jump onto the smaller crystals. These crystals were barely big enough to stand on, and if I made the slightest mistake, that could very well mean my journey comes to an end.
Wait for him to show up. He will show eventually.
What was that?
Wait
Hello?
for him to
Is
show
anyone
up.
there? Oh,
Someone's
great. I
whispering.
think being stuck in this parkour world for so long is making me hallucinate. Well, this is nice. I have to
Oh,
worry
boy.
about not dying from parkour, and I have to worry about not going crazy. I kept making jumps until I arrived at the place I needed to be. The Crystal Legends parkour course is where I could find the third disc. If I make it, I'll only need one more disc to go home. But I had to go fast. I had to make the— No!
No.
And with one jump, my entire journey was over. I watched as the world of parkour got further and further away. There was nothing to save me now.
failed.
The damage from the void already started, and within
What?
seconds, I would be gone forever.
He's
I
alive.
couldn't do it. I thought I could be the one to save parkour civilization again. But I failed. In my last moments of life, everything seemed like it was in slow motion. I think I must have been going crazy because it looked like I was floating upwards. But that's when I realized I might not be crazy after all. I wasn't dead yet, and I was slowly rising back up
What's
to the world of
going
parkour.
on?
What is going on? How is this possible? It was like I was watching my life in reverse. I was floating right back up next to the jump that I just failed. I was at a loss for words, but I might have had a second chance after all. I positioned myself over one of the
The
jumps.
gods
I dropped
gave
out
his
of the
life
air.
back.
I wasn't dead yet. I was back on the parkour course. In all my life, I've never heard of something like this happen. If I had to guess, I would say the parkour god saved me once again. When I turned around, I saw someone for a split second running away. My entire dodging
already
death
have it?
feat that I just pulled completely made me forget that I was still in danger. One of the fighters was ahead of me on this course. When I saw them, they were almost at the end, which means that person might have gotten the disc already. But there's no way to know for sure. That could have been someone else, which means I have to complete the course to see if the disc is still there. Besides, the parkour god probably pulled some strings to get me back on this course, so I
parkour
owe it to him
god
to try. In
revived him.
parkour civilization, the more jumps you make, the more answers you find. But I don't know if I will ever be able to do enough jumps to find the answer to how I'm
my God,
alive.
a head
All I
hitter.
can do now is keep making the jumps and keep moving forward. I have to believe that whatever or whoever saved me from the void wants me to save parkour civilization. So I'm gonna try to
These
not
jumps
test my
look
luck again
nasty
and
as hell.
make all of these jumps.
They're
As of
actually
now,
looking
I saw
hard.
no sign of the player that was here before me, and maybe this could be the reason why. Oh boy, I'm definitely gonna need another airlift out of the void. Now was no time to rush. I had to pay attention to exactly how large each crystal was. This jump was barely wide enough to fit through, but it was possible.
What the
I
hell?
jumped into the tunnel, managing to stay
Ooh.
on the very edge of the bottom crystal.
Oh my
Even the
God.
smallest miscalculation, like hitting my arm
Oh
on the
my
wall, would
Lord.
send me falling into the void. But luckily, I made it through the tunnel of narrow jumps, and I still had a fighting chance. After making it out, I could see the rest of the course, and I saw no sign of the fighter that was here before me. So that means it is
okay.
very likely that the person I saw has gotten the disc already. Unfortunately, I have to do a 3.5 vertical block jump to figure that out. I got momentum, and I went for one of the longest vertical jumps I've ever done. Even being the parkour champion, I didn't even know that was possible. But that's kind of been a similarity across all of these parkour courses. Almost all of these jumps that are on the courses don't even exist in parkour civilization and are near impossible. I hadn't thought about it, but maybe that's a reason why this entire civilization was removed. Actually, that doesn't really make any sense. Alright, let's just make it out alive and maybe someone will tell me the actual truth. But that's when I went for a jump and I heard something again.
Trust me, I can get the disc. Just let me try.
It was another
Trust me,
voice,
I can
like the
get
one
the
I
disc.
heard before. I don't know where it's coming from. I thought it was crazy before, but now that it's happening
the
again, I'm
crystals, like,
starting to really get worried.
echo
Man, my problems
past
keep
voice
stacking.
or past
I need the disc
sounds?
to still be here. I have to not die in
Onto the
parkour, and
future?
now I have voices in my head. Great. Well, I'm gonna need a serious parkour vacation when I get back. Less than 10 jumps away stood between me and the end of the course. I just have to keep doing my thing and keep making every one of these jumps. No. Okay, let's not do that again. Only few can say they can do a 3-block vertical jump from no momentum. Fortunately, I'm one of those few. And that was the last difficult jump I needed to make to complete the course. Now
Nice.
it was time for the big reveal and find out
Did
if
you
I
waste
did
your
all
time?
of that for nothing. If someone else has this disc, I don't know how I'm gonna get it back. But at least I have the other two, so worst case scenario, no one gets out of here. I stepped up onto the pedestal expecting the worst. But to my surprise, in my hand was the third
Hey.
disc. Whoever was on this course before me obviously didn't get it. And
Or is
now
it-
I'm
or is
holding
there
3
multiple?
of the 4 discs needed to get out of here. Only one
Can you
more
get
disc
multiple
remains
copies
before I
of the
can
disc?
return to parkour
I don't know.
civilization. That is, if I can survive one more of these courses. I started heading back to Siwat to get the compass for the 4th disc, but then it happened again.
Find me at the houses.
It was another voice in my head. Unless it wasn't a voice in my head to begin with. Someone was trying to talk to me, and they were saying they were at the houses? I didn't know what any of the voices meant, but that's when I saw somebody. Standing near one of the houses was someone that I recognized. It was the person I just caught a glimpse of right before I was saved from the void. Whoever this was must have been the person that sent me the message to find them at the houses. But the person still had chain boots on. This was a parkour fighter, meaning there's a good chance that this interaction leads to a parkour battle. But something about this felt different. I don't know why they would be calling me here, but I have to find out. And even if this does end in a battle, that's a risk I'm willing to take. I walked in to see the fighter standing on the other edge of the house. All right, buddy, if you want to fight, let's get it over with.
If that's how you want to repay me for saving your life, fine.
For saving my life? What are you talking about? I've never even seen you before.
I was watching you do the course. I knew you would fail eventually, so I waited until you fell. When you did, I was there to attack you with a brewing stand jump, and the effect was levitation.
You attacked me with parkour right as I fell. I didn't even know that was possible. This doesn't make any sense. Why would you save my life? You don't even know who I am.
I know you're the parkour champion, and the reason I know that is because you've been the pawn of our game ever since you arrived. You've been collecting the discs for us.
No, that's impossible. I fought parkour fighters in battles. I almost died. Why would they try to kill me if they wanted me to get the discs?
Siwat said it would have to be believable.
Oh, so now Siwat's behind this mastermind plan?
Of course he is. And if you don't believe me, jump onto the center block.
I jumped into the middle of the house and it happened again.
If he fights you, you have to lose. This is the only way we win.
It was Siwat's voice. I don't know how you're doing it, but you're making this up.
I'm not. If you parkour across crystals while talking, messages will be trapped inside for years. You're only hearing his voice because he was here setting the trap for you.
I didn't know what to believe. If this was all true, then I've been getting the discs for the enemy the entire time. At this point, I don't even know if anything Siwat has told me is true. If you're in on the plan, then why are you telling me this? What do you want?
Let's just say I don't really like how the plan ends. So I'm hoping that by telling you this, you find a way to win. And in repayment, you can take me back to Parkour Civilization.
How can I be sure you're telling the truth? What if Siwat isn't behind this?
You think it's a coincidence he has those compasses? Why don't you ask him where he got them?
If all of this was true and Siwat was working with the fighters, then I have no one to blame but myself. But as far as I'm concerned, I have the 3 discs. I don't know how in the world they plan on getting these off of me, but if I can get the 4th one, then I can get out of here. At least now that I know I might be in a trap, I can focus on getting myself out of it. But I still don't know if that fighter was telling me the truth or not. Alright, disc number 3 acquired. Wasn't an easy one, that's for sure, but I still got it.
This is insane. To be honest, I didn't think you would be able to do it, but clearly I'm wrong. Only one more to go and we can get out of here. Here, the compass to the last parkour legend. This one is supposed to be the most terrifying course, so good luck.
Well, if there's anyone that can get it
Neo
done,
legend.
Hey,
the
this
Neos.
is just a quick question, but where did you get all of the compasses?
The compasses? Oh yeah, I was just searching through all the chests and I happened to find all of them. Lucky find, I guess.
Yeah, that is real lucky.
Convenient.
Yep, I am definitely in a trap.
He knows, right? Yeah, he must have figured it out. It doesn't matter. The plan is in motion, and at this point, there's nothing he can do to stop what's coming. I must say, this plan didn't go exactly how I thought it would, but I have everything I need to get my revenge.
He has him trapped.
Just one more parkour course.
He has
to
my
go,
buddy trapped,
Parkour
bro.
Civilization. Unfortunately, this is gonna be the hardest one.
Bro.
All of these parkour jumps had one
I can't even see where I'm supposed to go in this jump.
Neo jumps are considered some of the hardest jumps in Parkour Civilization, and for a good reason. The only way you make these jumps is by moving around the block in mid-air. The last time I made a difficult Neo jump, I became Parkour champion and I saved the world. But that was one jump, and I'm afraid this course is probably gonna have a lot more than one. After all, this course was made by the Neo legend of Parkour, so that probably says something. If I had a choice, I would turn back immediately, but unfortunately I don't. If I want to save the world, I need to get the disc. The entire time I've been here, I've been risking my life to get the discs I need to go home. I thought I've been outsmarting the people in this lost civilization, but it turns out I've been in a trap this entire time, and Siwat has been behind it all. I was tricked tricked into collecting the
a trick
discs
from the
for
start.
the enemy, and I can only assume that they have a plan to get the discs off of me so they can escape. I couldn't help be disappointed with myself for trusting Siwat. How did I not see this coming? I mean, Siwat literally worked for the evil champion and
God
ran the
damn it,
lab that
Siwat.
systematically controlled all of Parkour civilization. You know, I probably should have thought about those things a little more before trusting him, but obviously it's way too late now. I gotta give him credit. As much as I dislike Siwat because he is objectively evil, his plan is extremely well thought out. And now that's put me in a very difficult position. On one hand, I could just throw all of the discs in the void and no one gets them. If I went down that route, Siwat and all of the people here can't escape and destroy Parkour civilization, but then I wouldn't be able to get back home myself, so I'd basically be sacrificing myself for option 1. Now with option 2, I continue to play my part and get the discs. As long as I have all 4 on me, there still might be a way to get out of here alive without bringing them back to Parkour civilization. As I was going over all of the possible futures, I noticed the course changed to Neo Ice Jumps. It seemed like this last course was a
these
combination
jumps.
of all of the Parkour Legend courses, with of course adding Neo Jumps to
Neo
everything.
Ice Jump?
Oh, I forgot how much I hated these types of jumps. Okay, but back to seeing if I can outsmart Siwat's
Oh
plan.
my
No
God,
matter
Neo
what
one
option I
block up
choose,
ice
the
jump.
biggest problem is my friend. The old woman at the library told me my friend is trapped in some prison. And if I remember correctly, there's one more thing. I think my friend might still be alive in some prison. Do you know anything about it?
If that's true, then there's a chance we can save him. But we gotta get the 3rd and 4th disc first.
Well, now that I know that Siwat was the one behind the evil plan, I think it's safe to say that Siwat has my friend locked up in a prison somewhere. If that is the
10
case,
billion
then
IQ,
I
boys.
think I know
10
what
billion
Siwat's
IQ.
plan
He
is.
already knows.
He's gonna use my friend as leverage to have me give him the discs. It all makes sense now.
Bro, what
There's
is
no
this
way he can get the
Parkour
discs off of
civilization
me,
plot,
so that
bro?
means I'll either have to choose the discs or the life of
The
my
plot
friend.
is-
That's
the
assuming
plot
I
and
finish this
exposition
course
is
and don't die in the
crazy.
void, so I can get the last one. But to be honest, even though one jump could end it all, I knew I was gonna finish this course. There's a reason Siwat made this elaborate plan to get me to do the courses, and it's the same reason why all the parkour fighters must have joined him. There's only one person that exists in this
Oh
world
my
that is
God,
good
what is
enough at
that
parkour
jump?
to make these
We
courses.
got crazy jumps and
that
crazy
person is
crazy
me,
plot.
the parkour champion.
hell?
Siwat and all of the people in this civilization
Nice.
put their faith in me, because they knew that without me, they would never make it back alive. Well, I hate to disappoint them,
Neo
but I don't plan on
Legend.
bringing Siwat or the evil parkour fighters back to Parkour civilization. If all goes according to plan, there will only be 3 people going back home. So, it's time to get this plan over with and get out of this place once and for all. After making it out of the field of Neo Jumps, I was met with 2 parkour fighters.
Thank you for retrieving the discs for us, champion. Now, you will do exactly what we say if you want to stay alive. Siwat requests your presence.
This was it. Siwat had 2 parkour fighters waiting for me to ensure that I didn't run off with the discs. Normally, I would say that was a well thought out plan on his part, but I don't think he ever questioned the loyalty of his followers. Fortunately for me, I've got someone on the inside.
Hey, let's go. Keep it moving, champion. Why are you stopping?
Well, you know, just trying to catch my breath before this parkour battle. I quickly placed down a
Cool.
ladder and attacked
Ladder
the parkour
jump.
fighter with a 3-block diagonal ladder jump. You know, I would say good luck in this battle, but I think you'll have a hard time with a 2v1. The parkour fighter turned around to see that the other fighter had an attack of his own build. Yep, this parkour
Betrayal!
fighter was my
Top
guy
10
on the
anime
inside.
betrayals.
No,
Oh my God.
You're working with the champion? How could you? Fine, it doesn't matter. I'll take you both on by myself. I'm sure this will be the easiest parkour.
Well, that didn't last long. Wait a minute. I
Bye
knew that
bye,
guy.
sir. Bye
We've been best
bye.
friends since we were kids. I don't know what I'd do without him. Alright, we're good to go.
Oh, that's right. I made his buddy jump into the void. Well, at least they're together now.
Let's keep it
They're
moving.
together.
We don't have much time.
Yep, alright, sorry, let's get back to work. So far, the plan I had was going smoothly. Siwat had his mastermind plan set up for me, so it was only fair that I fight back. Before I went to the Neo Legend course, I visited my ally. Okay, I accept your offer. If you want to come back to Parkour Civilization, you need to help me.
Finally, you came to your senses. We're gonna need to move fast if we want to make this work.
So, you're saying after I get the disc, Siwat is gonna have fighters waiting for me?
That's right, but he won't suspect that
Well,
I'm
the
working
breakdown, the
with
breakdown,
you.
the
I'll make
breakdown.
sure I'm one of the fighters and we can escape to the temple.
Alright, sounds good to me. Oh, I really hope this works. Step 1 was getting the disc. Step 2 was making it to the temple without guards. And now it's time for step 3. Alright, you ready?
Yes, this has to work. I'll go distract Siwat and find out where he's keeping your friend. You just focus on beating the parkour legends and getting the door open.
Right, the parkour battles. I kind of forgot about that. Time was of the essence. I needed my ally to distract Siwat for as long as possible so I had time to beat the parkour legends. I also needed to hope that my ally would find my parkour master friend and free him from his prison. There were a lot of moving parts to this plan, but I think it could work. Unfortunately, the plan already had its first hiccup. The path I chose to go up the temple was destroyed. The only way up to the top was from the other side. Now,
you didn't
I just
look
gotta
first.
hope that those few minutes of lost time weren't enough to ruin the plan. It was a good sign that I didn't see any parkour fighters around though. But that's when I glanced inside the bottom level of the parkour temple and I saw someone. But this wasn't a parkour fighter. This was someone with gold boots. I ran inside to see my parkour master friend standing on a single chain over the void. The last time we saw each other was in Parkour Civilization. You're alive, let's go. Oh no. Standing to my right was a parkour fighter with an attack already set up. That's an easy attack. Don't worry, I'll handle this.
No, stop. That attack was for me. If I don't make that jump, I die. I don't have any blocks to build with, so I'm stuck here. But if you attack him, that will force his battle with me to end, and I'll also die.
Okay, this is not an ideal situation.
Hostage
so how do I stop
situation.
this?
You go up. Siwat is waiting for you up there.
Of course he is. Well, so much for my master plan to defeat the guy with the better master plan. Don't worry, I'll figure something out. Just don't move. Not that you can move, but don't worry, I'll figure something out. Alright, time to make my way to the top and probably face an ambush. There was nothing I could do now. I couldn't think of a single move to get out of this. If I even make the slightest notion that I'm gonna start a parkour battle, my friend will die. That means I have no choice but to just fall right into Siwat's plan. Well, I have been known to improvise, so let's do that. Alright, let's get this over with. So, you want me to help you destroy Parkour Civilization?
Now you're talking some sense. You know, a part of me actually enjoyed our little team up and getting each disc. I mean, you got them, but it was fun sitting back and letting you do the work. Now, I'm closer than ever to achieving my goal of destroying Parkour Civilization once and for all.
That doesn't make any sense. You said it yourself. You live in Parkour Civilization. Why would you want to destroy it?
I haven't told this to anyone before, but since I've already won, I might as well tell you. I didn't join Parkour Civilization. I was born here on this level of civilization. I might be the only one alive who remembers when this level was still a part of Parkour Civilization.
He's a survivor.
I might be the only one who knows what kind of a monster the old man was. My parents warned me about the old man. They told me to rank up before it was too late. Unfortunately, my parents were both too stubborn to rank down and too old to rank up. So I left my family and became a parkour master. My parents were the ones who told me to use brewing stands to give myself the resistance effect. And that was exactly what allowed me to remember when the old man used the command blocks to wipe out this entire level, including everyone in it. In doing so, he wiped all memories of this place, except mine, because of the potion effect. After that, how could I ever trust the system? The so-called beloved parkour champion wiped out my entire family.
That can't be true. Why would the old man do that? It just doesn't add up. He was kind and nice, and he cared about
Maybe
people.
that was after.
You know, the funny part is that no one even knew. It was supposedly over a fight. Can you believe that? The old man let his battle with one person cause my parents and plenty of others to die.
A fight? What kind of fight would lead to an action like that?
All right, enough of that. What's in the
We don't know.
past is in the past.
He doesn't know either.
Let's focus on
Nobody
what's
has
gonna
enough
happen
info.
from here. I don't need the discs. Instead, I'm gonna have you battle all of the parkour legends yourself and get that door open for me. I will then get my revenge on Parkour Civilization. And if you choose not to, well, your friend is obviously the price you pay.
I have to do it. I can't let my friend die because of the mistakes I made. I'm the one who brought him here. I have no choice. Let's just
Hey, you
hope I
kinda
think of
jumped in.
something later when I get that door open.
I trust you'll come to the right decision. You always do.
Oh, well, here goes nothing. Given everything that's happened in my life, I never thought there'd be a time where I'd have to say this. But it's time to go help destroy Parkour Civilization. It was time to fight the legends of parkour. Under normal circumstances, I probably would have been excited for these parkour battles. I mean, come on, fighting someone who has mastered a specific type of parkour? That sounds pretty awesome to me. Unfortunately for me, these are not normal circumstances. Because if I beat all 4 of these parkour legends, I will cause the downfall of parkour civilization. But that's assuming I beat these legends in parkour battles, and if I don't, well, I will die, and parkour civilization will probably be destroyed anyways. So, that means plan A is to help destroy parkour civilization, and hope I figure out a plan in the meantime. I thought I had a real chance to beat him. My friend is me all. I risk into the hopper waiting for something to happen. I saw nothing, but then, a few seconds later, someone appeared on one end of the battlefield. And this person was wearing diamond boots. So, you're the ice legend of parkour?
Previous
Why do you have
champions?
boots on?
That's because I am a parkour champion. Well, I was one a long time ago. I won the battle to become champion using ice blocks. So yeah, I got the ice legend title. But all of the parkour legends are just previous champions throughout history.
So every parkour legend was a parkour champion at some point. That's awesome. Wait, so are you real? Or what even are you?
Real? Absolutely. Alive? Not so much. All of us are spirits of our past lives, and we exist now only for parkour battles. But enough questions. Prepare to fight.
The ice legend said I have everything I need to battle inside the chest. When I first came here, the chest was empty, but now the chest had 3 stacks of ice blocks inside of it. These ice blocks were the only blocks I had to attack with. No other types of blocks were allowed. It's time to find out if I can do ice block jumps better than the ice legend of parkour. The ice legend attacked first. His first attack was a 4-block vertical jump. It was a difficult attack for sure, but it was nothing I couldn't handle. My choices were to either make the exact same jump or do a harder one. But I had to remind myself that this was only the first of 4 battles, so I'm not gonna try to risk it all in the first fight. I defended the first attack successfully and the battlefield reset. Alright, let's go. It's my time to attack now. My first attack was a parkour combo with a 5-block jump chained into a 3-block diagonal jump. I thought the attack wouldn't be hard enough, but to my surprise, the ice legend failed the jump.
What?
The battle was going
Call
my
yourself
way,
the
but it
ice
was
legend?
far from over. If I mess up and get hit by an attack, I don't know how much damage these will do. That's why I had to get this over with. For my next attack, I set up a 6-block vertical jump. All of my training with ice blocks paid off, and I made the jump. Okay, I'm just gonna pretend I almost didn't slip off there. I watched as the ice legend went for the jump, but failed once again. This was the second attack in a row that I landed. One more, and it should be over. But I got ahead of myself. I attempted 2 5-block jumps in a row, and I failed. Oh, that's not good. I should have just made my attack. The ice legend set up a difficult 3-jump combo and made it. It was time to defend again. I went for the combo, but I slipped off on the 3rd jump. The attack did 7 hearts of damage. If these combos get any harder, I could risk losing all 10 hearts in one attack. But if I land one more attack, I should win the battle. And the only way to attack in this position is to do a harder jump than that one. Okay, it's time for a terrible idea. I built the same attack, but added a 360 to the 5-block diagonal jump. Let's go. I cannot believe that worked.
This is a level of parkour I have not yet seen.
The risk paid off, and the ice legend was defenseless against the 360.
Looks like you've won the first battle. I hope you know what you're doing.
You hope I know what I'm doing? Wait, what does that mean? But before he could answer, the ice legend was gone, and the parkour battle was over. Why did the ice legend say that? What did he mean by that? I mean, I know I'm basically causing the destruction of parkour civilization.
4 parkour champions defend this
doesn't matter. I'm still alive. The blocks I used to fight with disappeared from my inventory, and it was time to move on to the second battle. Going into the next fight, I realized I was wearing my chain boots the entire time. Since there was no point of trying to blend in anymore with the parkour fighters, I put back on my champion boots and started regenerating health. Okay, having full hunger makes me feel much better about these parkour fights. So basically, the only way I lose is if I get hit by an attack that does 10 hearts. So let's just try not to do that. It was time for the second fight. I threw in the disc and summoned the glass legend of parkour.
Yo, I'm finally free. Let's go. The old man said I'd be gone for a while, but I didn't think it would be that long.
Wait. Did you say the old man, as in the parkour champion old man? How do you know him?
Bro, I'm not here to answer any questions. I'm just trying to parkour battle.
Okay, I'm not sure what's up with these parkour legends, but they clearly don't like to talk about anything. But I always
Are
say
these
you
legends
have to parkour
actually
for the
bad
truth
people?
sometimes. So let's
That
go
the
and do
old
that.
guy
I
locked
turned
up?
around and the glass legend already had an attack built, but he failed the attack.
Bro.
It was now my turn, and beating the ice legend with a 360 made me realize something. These legends were parkour champions a long time ago, and parkour jumps have evolved so much since then, which is why it was time to start attacking with jumps from the new age. I attack with
The
a
new
1.5
age.
block backwards diagonal jump. Even when the fate of the world is on the line, I'm not afraid to hit him with the evbo special, and it was no surprise that the glass legend didn't even get close.
Bro, why are you so good?
I started setting up a more difficult
Bro,
parkour
what?
combo. If my parkour math is correct, this attack should be enough to win. Come on, 360, 2-block, 360. Oh, let's go.
Oh,
I gotta say,
360,
I love
2-block,
parkour
360.
battles. As expected, the glass legend of parkour looked very discouraged, and I had a
Oh,
feeling the
don't
battle was
do it,
already
please.
over. He set up the jumps, and he failed the first 360. Okay. Hey, no offense, but how did you become a parkour champion?
Alright, yeah, I wasn't cut out for such an important job. Alright, bro, I hope you know what you're doing. And, when you see the next parkour champion, can you, not mention my name?
Wait, why is this such an important job? And he's gone,
Well-
of course. Why do I have a feeling that there's something important they're not telling me? The glass legend said the old man said he'd be gone for a while, but what does that mean? But that's when I remembered Siwat's story. If the old man did erase this entire level of civilization, maybe the parkour legends knew about it. Okay, I could be onto something here, but let's just get past this third battle. I threw in the disc and summoned the third legend of parkour.
So, it looks like you're almost at the top. The battles must be tiring you out by now.
I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, the ice legend was kind of hard, but the glass legend didn't really fight back that much.
Bro, he was the second battle? That guy was only the parkour champion for 2 hours before I beat him. He's terrible.
He was the
Alright,
parkour
whatever.
champion for
I can
2
promise
hours.
You're not making it past me.
Bro, parkour champion for 2 hours? That's embarrassing. I'm kind of surprised he even got there in the first place. It was time to battle the crystal legend of parkour. Crystals are some of the blocks that don't exist in parkour civilization. So as of now, I have zero experience with building crystal parkour jumps, but I had a feeling I was gonna have to adapt quickly. The crystal legend built a 3-jump parkour combo that looked like something I've never done before. I made the first jump, but I just barely missed the second jump. The attack did 7.5 hearts, so I was still alive, but it was not a good confidence booster. The crystal legend immediately went into his second parkour combo attack, but that's when I saw the perfect opportunity to put the battle in my hands. I built the exact same parkour combo as he did, and went back to my strategy of adding the evbo signature move whenever it was possible. Changing the first jump to a 360 put the battle back in my favor. Surprisingly, the crystal legend made the 360, but didn't get enough momentum for the second jump. My strategy was working for all of the parkour legends, so why change? I attacked with a backwards 2-block jump into a backwards 360. Honestly, I don't even know how I made that parkour combo. Once again, the crystal legend of parkour was defenseless.
Well, there's nothing to say, except I hope you know what you're doing.
Wait,
What am I doing?
Good luck.
And just like that, the battle was won.
I
But
hope
that
you
was
know
the
what you're
second
doing.
parkour
I don't know
legend
what
to
I'm
tell
doing,
me
bro.
that they hope I know what I'm doing. I just don't get it. I feel like the answer is right in front of me, but I can't make sense of anything. The parkour legends don't want to talk, but why? As far as they're concerned, I'm just trying to open the door to get back to parkour civilization. This doesn't make sense, but let's just get this last battle over with. I threw in the disc to summon the final legend of parkour, the legend of Neo Jumps.
Well, this is unexpected to be sure.
Sup, bro?
Nevertheless, here you are. This is the last battle to open the door. I wish you the best, whatever the outcome may be.
Wait, before we start, can you just tell me what the old man has to do with all of this? I know there's something.
I'm afraid that's not for me to say, but if all goes right, you will never know.
I thought making it to the final parkour legend would give me some answers, but it looks like that's not going to be the case. The two outcomes are I either live without the truth or die without the truth, so obviously I'm going to choose option 1. In this final battle, the Neo legend let me attack first. I started off the battle with a 2-block Neo jump, but the parkour legend didn't look worried. He built the attack, but then added on another Neo jump to the end. Just by the look of it, I already knew that this attack would deal heavy damage if I failed it, but likewise, if I make a harder jump and I make it, I could end this battle with one attack. All right, that sounds like a plan. Let's do 2 double Neos. I made the jump harder and I went for it. Come on. No, I hit the wall on the second jump, missing the counter attack, taking 9 hearts of damage. If that parkour attack was even slightly harder, my journey would have been over. But the important thing is it's not, and I must keep fighting. Unfortunately, I was already under pressure again, facing an attack of 6 Neo jumps in a row. Okay, nice and easy, one at a time. 3, 4, come on, just one more. Please, no! I saw my life flash before my eyes as the attack took me down to half a heart. I was losing this battle, and if it keeps going this way, one more attack will be the end of me. As of now, I don't see how I can beat the Neo Legend at Neo jumps, which means I know how this is gonna end. If I want to open that door, I'm gonna have to do something extremely reckless. This is quite possibly the worst idea I've ever had. I watched as the Neo Legend built his next parkour combo, but I wasn't even worried about that. I knew he would make the jumps. After all, Neo jumps are his specialty. What I was worried about was my jump. I don't know if this is possible, but all I know is that if I make it, I win. Of course, if I don't, well, we already know how that goes. It's hard to rationalize this decision because I'm basically doing all of this just for Siwat to destroy Parkour Civilization. But it will save my friend and give me time to find a way to save the world later. Alright,
what's he
time
about
to
to do?
make this impossible jump. I mean, this jump could potentially change our understanding of parkour. Okay, I'm just gonna jump. I jumped off the platform doing a 180 and traveled around the block backwards. Yep,
Backwards
what was I
Neo!
thinking? Journey is over
360 into
because I thought
backwards
I could do a
Neo.
Backwards Neo jump. Wait, I'm alive. I actually did it. By some miracle, the backwards Neo jump changed the entire parkour battle.
I have nothing left to say, except I yield. I don't know who you are, but I hope you have the strength for what's to come.
The Neo Legend forfeited the battle and it was over.
What?
I had beaten all 4 parkour legends, and the door at the top of the staircase was open. I survived, and now there was a way back to Parkour Civilization. Except for a second, I forgot that I wasn't gonna be the one going back. I had just barely finished the battle, but Siwat was already waiting for me. Oh man, well, I survived, but now I have to watch Parkour Civilization be destroyed. I walked into the hallway that was at the top of the Parkour Temple. This reminds me of all of the times that I ranked up in Parkour Civilization. Not that it counts for anything, but it's kind of cool that I ranked up again in a way.
I want you to know that everything I told you was true, except I left out one thing.
Couldn't have seen that one coming. All right, what is it?
The old man's fight was supposedly with his friend.
With his friend? Okay. Is there a point you're trying to get at? I mean, are you about to come out with some crazy take about how, like, we're friends and we fight all the time, but it's okay? I mean, you're literally about to destroy Parkour Civilization.
I never said I would be the one to destroy Parkour Civilization.
Wait, what? So, what does that mean? I started thinking about what Siwat just said. The old man had a fight with his friend? Why does that mean something? Wait, what did that old woman at the library say? She thought she knew me, but how could she?
I never blamed you for what you did. I know it was a tough decision.
Okay, this woman does not know who I am, but I have no clue
Or
what she's
maybe she
talking about.
does.
She knew where my friend was too. She gave me the book that talked about the prison he was in.
I assume you're here to get your friend, correct?
My friend? You know where my friend is? Wait a minute. When I saw her, I wasn't wearing my chain boots. I was wearing my champion boots.
When the old man used the command blocks to wipe out this entire level, including everyone in it.
I never blamed you for what you did. I know it was a tough decision.
The woman didn't know me. She thought I was the old man. And if she thought I was the old man, she wasn't talking about my friend being imprisoned.
The old man's fight was supposedly with his friend. Can you believe that? The old man let his battle with one person cause my parents and plenty of others to die.
The old man removed this entire level of civilization to imprison his friend. Getting to the top of this temple was never a way back to Parkour Civilization. It was a prison, and that means Siwat's plan was never to get out. It was to help free the person that the old man banished from Parkour Civilization. What have I done?
So, the old man is gone.
The old man
That's
is
a shame.
gone.
If only he was around to see what I'm gonna do to Parkour Civilization.
Oh,
This
shit.
is it. One final parkour battle to save the world. The fate of Parkour Civilization is in my hands now, and my opponent is one of the most fearsome parkour fighters in all of history. And I was the one who helped him
Does this
escape.
guy not
I
age?
defeated every
How long has he
parkour
been
legend,
there?
thinking that I was helping Siwat get back to Parkour Civilization. I thought he was gonna be the one to destroy the world, but it turns out that was never his plan to begin with. His plan was to get me to unleash something even worse. Someone who had been banished to this lost civilization. What have I done? Coming to this civilization was a mistake. I don't know who this person is, but if the old man wiped out this entire level just to imprison his friend, it was probably for a good reason.
That plan took a lot of, well, planning. And now, you get to watch how beautifully this unfolds.
You must be very proud. Your plan was perfect. You have everything you need. So, now, give me back my friend.
Whoa, not yet, buddy. Got one more thing to do first. Why don't you go introduce yourself to the villain of parkour?
The villain of parkour? I walked up the steps to see the prisoner completely surrounded by lava.
I hear you were friends with the old man. That makes two of us. I'm surprised he didn't throw you away like he did to me.
If you were actually friends with the old man, then explain all of this. Why would he wipe out an entire level of civilization just to imprison one person?
He was scared of what I had discovered. What was the term he used again? An illegal form of parkour.
Illegal
forgive
parkour?
me for not understanding, but you said an illegal form of parkour? What could you have discovered about parkour to make it illegal?
It's time.
What?
Time?
What I discovered is time. Since the beginning, parkour battles have always been one move after another, until I realized that they never had to be. You see, if you challenge someone to a race, it's the ultimate form of parkour fighting. It's the idea that you are willing to risk everything. You will not only make the jumps, but you make them faster than your opponent.
A parkour race? When I first came to this level of civilization, one of the fighters challenged me to a battle. He said that the battle would start and end on a single block. And when I didn't do the jumps, I would have died if it wasn't for my totem of undying. That wasn't just a regular parkour battle.
That was illegal moves.
Parkour race. How was an attack like that able to do
Forbidden
10 hearts?
tech.
Racing has no limits. Once you challenge someone to a race, you either win or you die. No in between.
If that's true, then someone with that type of power could take over the entire world. No one would be able to fight back. And that's exactly why Siwat's breaking him out of prison. The old man must have known that parkour racing could destroy thousands of lives. That's why he went through such great lengths to make sure that this type of parkour never made it back to Parkour Civilization. But now it's too late. I let this evil back into the world. What do you want? What are you even gonna do to Parkour Civilization?
I'm going to do what I'd set out to do a long time ago, enlighten the world with my new form of parkour battles.
I turned around to see that Siwat had built a parkour attack, but this was something I've never seen before. Siwat said there's only one more thing I have to do. If I get hit by this parkour attack, he'll give me back my friend. What is this attack? Why are there armor stands? And why do you need to hit me with the attack?
You know, I can't beat you in a fair fight, and I just want to land a good hit on you.
I can't believe that even after Siwat's plan worked, he still feels the need to prove that he's better than me. But it doesn't really matter at this point. He has my friend, and I have to deal with whatever he throws at me so I can get him back. He could be lying. This attack might be enough to kill me, but I was willing to take that chance. Thankfully, it barely did any damage. Okay, great. You got the satisfaction of hitting me in a parkour battle, so can we be done now?
Who knew? Armor stand attacks can take the boots right off
What?
the player. Even champion boots.
In Siwat's hand was a pair of champion boots.
Armor
and they
stand
weren't just
attack
any pair.
takes
They
your
were
shit.
mine. My champion boots were gone.
Take
Just
your
taken
stuff.
straight out of my inventory. How is this possible? What are you planning to do with those?
You can relax now. Your time as the champion is over.
I watched as Siwat walked over to the parkour villain and threw the champion boots at his feet.
Bro!
This is not good.
Crown
If
the
parkour
villain
gets
king.
access to the command blocks, there would be no stopping him.
Well, this is my ticket home.
And just like that, I was no longer the parkour champion. I just gave the most dangerous player in the world unlimited food and access to the blocks that control Parkour Civilization. Siwat handed him blocks, and at that moment, I knew my journey was coming to an end.
Now, before I return to Parkour Civilization, I need a good fight.
Yep, this is the end for me. Throughout my life, I've overcome the most difficult situations, but this is a fight that I don't think I can win. I've never even done a parkour race before, and I'm fighting against the person who invented it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I have to find a way to be faster than the parkour villain. The odds are stacked against me, but as long as I'm still here, I'll never stop fighting to save the world. Well, let's do this.
I have to say, I'm going to enjoy watching this. I finally get to see you crumble.
You prepare for a parkour race. You've served your purpose in this life. I offer you a quick and merciless death.
What?
The parkour villain didn't challenge me to a battle. He challenged Siwa.
The double!
Whoa,
The
what are
double
you doing?
turn!
I'm the one who helped you escape. You, clearly made a mistake. I'm, just gonna take off before I... What's happening to me? Why am I stuck? I can't move.
I watched as Siwa tried to run away, but he couldn't. Whatever the parkour villain was doing brought him back into the battle. It was like a force he couldn't escape. What was this power? I didn't even know what to think.
Bro.
Just a moment ago, I thought I was about to die. And now
Lock
I'm watching one of my greatest enemies fight for his life. The parkour villain didn't even start the race yet. He was just watching Siwa, but then he took off. Before this, I had never seen someone move so effortlessly through a parkour course. Within the blink of an eye, the parkour villain was already at the last jump.
Please don't. I'll do anything.
Don't do
I'll
it,
work for
please.
you. Just let me live.
The villain made the last jump, and the race was over. Siwa lost.
I suppose I had this coming for me, didn't I? For what it's worth, I was telling the truth when I said I enjoyed working with you.
And just like that, the parkour villain had claimed his first victim. Siwa, the one who would betray me over and over, was betrayed by his own plan. Right when the battle was over, the parkour villain
but now we got a
didn't
big
even
ass.
acknowledge me and
We
started
got a
running
big
away.
ass issue to
He
deal
must
with
know
now.
a way back to parkour civilization, right? If that's the
where's he
case,
going?
then there's still a chance I can catch up and battle him before he does. Bro, did he seriously jump off the temple with no water bucket? Oh man, this guy's insane, but I have to battle him, right? I'm not gonna lie, I was a little relieved that he chose to battle Siwa instead of me, but I can't let him escape without at least putting up a fight. If I challenge him to a battle before he challenges me to a race, I might be able to keep the battle in my hands. The parkour villain has been trapped here for years, and he might know how to parkour race, but I'm gonna bet he's never battled against someone who can do 360s. I made it down to the ground level, and I spotted the villain. He looked like he knew where he was going, so he must know the way back. He was fast, but I managed to keep him in my sights. I followed him all the way until we hit the edge of this level of civilization. I don't understand. There's nowhere left to go. All right, let's not waste any more time. I only have one shot at this. I quickly placed down 3 blocks, and I attacked with 2 3-block 360s. This was it. The battle had started, and there would be no turning back now. This was life or death.
I was waiting for you to fight back. A neat little trick you did there with the 360s. Unfortunately, my knowledge of parkour is beyond your understanding.
The parkour villain didn't even look surprised that I attacked him with 360s. Oh no, what did I get myself into? I wasn't prepared for this. The parkour villain built a chest jump. And the worst part is he did a 360.
The chest
That's
ledge
impossible.
360?
I thought I was the only one who could do 360s. My attack was erased. It was all up to me to build a harder jump now. The worst part about this fight is that we weren't on an even battlefield. If this was an ordinary fighting space, I would try the longest parkour combo I could do. But I don't have that option now. I just have to do one very hard jump. And that very hard jump is going to be the 3-block diagonal 360.
The 3-block diagonal 360?
360s I've ever done, and I made it. I still had a chance. But then, out of nowhere, I took damage. The jump I built wasn't harder than the jump he built, and I lost the attack.
Just as I expected.
The villain was looking inside of the chest, and I knew something was wrong.
Your downfall was your inability to risk everything you had.
Risk everything I had? But that's when I noticed I had nothing. Every single thing I had in my inventory
Chest
was
jumps?
gone. No water bucket, no blocks to
Chest
fight
jumps
with.
take your
And that's when I
inventory.
knew the parkour villain stole all of them when he attacked me with the chest jump.
Illegal, bro. He's
over.
illegal.
This
This guy's
that's it then,
illegal
right? You
jumps,
have
bro.
all of my blocks.
Illegal
I can't fight
Minecraft
back.
jumps.
How are you even gonna get home?
These boots are the only way out of here. You could have left at any time you wanted. I suppose it was your destiny to deliver them to me.
Why aren't you attacking me? Why don't you just finish the job already?
The old man isn't around anymore, and the only one left to pay for his sins is you. I want you to know what it's like to suffer, to waste away here for years, to be forgotten, just like I was. Only when you are on your last breath, I will return to finish the job.
The parkour villain turned around and jumped into the air, disappearing. This
God
was the
damn
end.
it.
The champion boots were the only way back to parkour civilization. Now I'm stuck here with nothing, and there's no one left to stop him.
Just like I remembered it. And now it's mine.
Oh, well, here we are. This is my last chance to save parkour civilization. I have to be the one to summon the parkour god.
Summon God?
Nobody's ever successfully summoned him before, but I've met him. I know he's real, and I just need him to come back one more time. Because, let's face it, I destroyed the world. I let one of the most evil parkour villains escape, and death and destruction follow him everywhere he goes. I thought I was the champion of parkour, but my parkour abilities were nothing compared to the parkour villains. I was completely humiliated, like I was just another parkour noob, and all I could do was sit and watch as the villain took all of my blocks and escaped back to parkour civilization. And I was left here to suffer, just like the villain did all of these years. In all of my time in parkour civilization, I've never experienced defeat like this. I mean, it only took one jump for the parkour villain to take every block I had. It was like he knew every move I was gonna do, and all I could do was just sit there and watch. I started grabbing every block that I could. Yes, it's true, I may be stuck here forever, but my friend is still in the middle of a parkour battle. If I gather enough blocks, maybe he'll have enough resources to win. I just need these to not fall in the void. Okay, well, I guess 2 chests is all I have.
Jump first.
Alright, so basically, my friend is gonna have to win the parkour battle in 1 attack. And of course, that is if he's even alive still. I started making my way back to the parkour temple. Fortunately, when I got there, I saw that my friend was still floating over the void. I didn't have a plan. I was gonna have to use the 2 chests and improvise. But that's when I remembered this wasn't my only option. There might be a way to get more blocks. I almost forgot that I had an ally. We got separated when I fell into Seawat's trap, but he still should be alive. I went to the place where my ally was going to find Seawat, and I found him standing in the middle of the battlefield. Hey, are you alright, man? What happened here?
It was an ambush. I thought I would find Seawat here, but all I found was a fight. I barely survived, but I have nothing left. No more blocks to fight with.
Well, that answered my question. The only other place I know of blocks is at the very top of the parkour temple, but I don't have a water bucket anymore. It's just too risky. If only I could get the parkour god to come back and help us out or something. Other than that, I have no ideas.
Wait, you might be onto something. If you actually believe you can summon the parkour god, then follow me.
Wait, I was kind of joking, but alright. I started to follow the parkour fighter. At first, I thought we were going back to the library, but then I realized he was going further than that. A few moments later, we arrived at a building, and I saw a giant statue of the parkour god. The parkour fighter said that people would come to this building to try to get their prayers answered by the parkour god. Okay, so you said people would come here all the time, and they just summoned the parkour god?
People would come here, yes, but no one has been able to summon the parkour god. Apparently, the last jump you need to do is to jump into the void. And
jump into the void?
Great, so I have to die to summon the parkour god. Well, I mean,
Show
I'm stuck
me
here
your
forever,
fate.
So it's either die now or die later.
Faith,
if you
my
do choose
friends,
to go
faith.
for it, good luck. I'm gonna go look for more blocks. It's been nice knowing you.
Okay, if I didn't know any better, I would say that his tone sounds like he thinks I'm not coming back. So, from what I know, no one has been able to summon the parkour god because of the last jump in this course. But I have some idea that it might be different for me. Back in parkour civilization, no one even thought the parkour god really existed. But I saw him with my own 2 eyes. He gave me the champion boots to save the world. He came back before to save my life, and maybe he'll do it one more time. And who knows, maybe if he does show up, he'll give me blocks, and he'll show me a way out of here. I just have to make sure not to miss a single jump before I even get to the summoning part. I barely made 2 3.5 block vertical jumps, and now I had to do, of course, water parkour. You would think jumping into the void would be enough, but no. Instead, I have to not die accidentally, and then I have to die on purpose. How does that make any sense? When I first arrived on this level of civilization, I was forced to do water jumps to escape. And now, hopefully, this is the last time I'll be doing water jumps. I made the last jump, and I was standing at the base of the parkour god statue. A few feet in front of me stood a door, and when I walked up to it, it opened, just like all of the parkour temple doors did. I walked inside the room and I saw nothing. All that was inside this room was a giant hole in the middle of the floor. And of course, it went straight to the void. And this is the part when I began to realize that I think my ally was telling the truth. Unless I could somehow miraculously make a 5-block jump, it seems pretty clear that the only thing to do here is to jump straight into the void. Oh man, I can't believe I'm about to do this. All right, parkour god, if you're listening, please send me some help.
See you in the next life.
And I jumped into the hole with no blocks below me. But just as I was about to enter the void, I felt my feet hit slime blocks and I bounced up onto a ladder.
Spawned in ladders.
Was not what I was expecting to happen. I didn't know how I was still alive. The blocks just appeared out of nowhere. Well, okay,
Your faith
if the
has been
parkour god's
tested.
advice was to stop me from jumping into the void, I guess I got help. But I soon realized that my prayers were answered. Standing in front of me was a familiar figure.
Resummon the
wearing
dead.
diamond boots.
You know, it doesn't take much to convince you to jump into the void. You should really think these things through.
I don't get it. How are you standing there? I saw you die. How is this possible?
You asked the parkour god for help, so he sent me.
The parkour god heard me.
You look like you've been through a lot. Let's talk.
So it is true then. You removed this entire level of civilization just to imprison the parkour villain? I mean, wasn't there any other way to stop him?
The only other way was to beat him in a parkour race, and I couldn't. So instead, I had to deal with the consequences of my actions my entire life. I'm sorry, evbo.
It's fine. I actually understand. There was nothing you could do. I mean, if anyone's to blame in this situation, it's me. I was the one who let him out. Everyone in parkour civilization would have been fine if I wasn't so reckless. And now I lost my champion boots. Those were the only ticket out of here.
The plot is crazy. The character development
anymore,
is crazy.
But there is still a way out of here.
I can go home? Tell me how. You know what they say, sometimes jumping in the void can save your life. I mean, no one has said that before, but in this case, it might have just saved mine. I have a way back to parkour civilization, but first, I just need to get my friend out of this parkour battle. I walked up to my friend expecting to see the parkour fighter waiting with his attack, but he wasn't here. What's going on? Where is the guy that attacked you?
You're not gonna believe this, but he fell in the void. From what I can see, he's never coming back, but the problem is that his attack still stands, and I'm at half a heart.
The parkour fighter fell into the void during a battle, but even if he's gone, his attack might hit you if you don't do a harder jump.
Exactly. So that means the only way I can get out of this is if you build me a jump that's harder than the attack.
Alright, I got very limited blocks, so it's time to do some parkour analysis. I'm not gonna lie, this jump is going to be hard. The parkour fighter attacked you with a 3.5 block vertical jump. Okay, that's not great news, but I think we might just be able to work with this. I placed down one of the chests. Now, my friend could do a 3.5 block diagonal downwards jump. Okay, we still have a problem. Your jump is going downwards, and that attack is going upwards, which means yours is still easier. I don't see how I could use the other chest I have to build a harder jump, so that means you're not gonna like this. You have to do a 360.
The 360
no, wait, man. I can't do a 3.5 block.
You gotta. Your life depends on it.
Are you crazy?
I'm sorry. This is the only way. You have to make this to survive.
Oh, I never thought it would end like this, but at least I'll go out doing a 360.
There was nothing more I could do at this point.
Come
All
on.
I could do was
Come
watch.
on, my guy.
I wish you never made 360s.
I watched as my
I wish
friend
you never
jumped
made him.
and made the 360 onto the chest. For the first time in days, both me and my friend were safe. Let's go! See? Not that hard. I knew you could do it. My friend was saved, and now there was only one thing left to do, and that was return to parkour civilization.
I didn't find any blocks, but it looks like you didn't need them anyways.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what happens now?
I may have a way back to parkour civilization, and the way back was in front of us the whole time. The old man told me there would be a room behind the champion statue inside the parkour temple, just like the secret room back in parkour civilization. Sure enough, the room was here, and it was nothing except for 5 parkour jumps. The old man apparently made this as a last resort.
So you're jumping in the void on purpose?
Apparently, and surprisingly for the second time today. The old man said that only by failing the 4th jump will I be able to make it back
Fail
to
the
parkour
4th jump.
civilization. I gave my friends the blocks that I had. I would be going on this journey alone, so they were better off in their hands than mine. From their perspectives, they won't know if I had died or made it back home, so all they could do was just wait for me. My friend gave me his last piece of food to take on my journey.
Come on.
If I was gonna die in the void, I might as well not die on an empty stomach. Alright, let's
Okay.
jump into the void for the second time today. I'm really hoping I remembered the old man's words correctly. It was the 4th jump, wasn't it? Of course, there's nothing down there to let me know if I'm in the right spot or not. Wait, maybe it wasn't the 4th jump. Maybe it was the 5th.
Maybe it was the
man,
5th.
why am I forgetting
Was it
now?
the 4th or
This
the
was
5th?
quite literally the only thing I had to
Was it the
remember.
4th
If
or
I
the 5th?
die and the entire world gets destroyed because I couldn't remember one number, well, I guess
God
no one
damn
would
it.
know it was me, right? Okay, I just gotta choose one. I think it's number 4. This was it. This was the only way back. And the only way back was to fail a jump. Let's just hope I failed the right
Come
one.
on.
I was falling through the void, but then I felt ground under my feet. When I jumped, I thought my journey was over, but I soon realized that there was more to my story. I was standing in the place where my journey first began.
He's back.
This was my home, Parkour Civilization, and I was gonna be the one to save it again.
Save it again.
Today
God damn
could
it.
very well be my last day in Parkour Civilization. If I want to save the world, I'll have to risk everything. I was the one who let the parkour villain escape.
Oh my god.
I cannot let him get to the top of Parkour Civilization. But it was at that moment I realized my plan might have already been over. I was down at the noob level of Parkour Civilization,
shit.
but
He's
no
at noob
matter
level
where I
already.
looked, I saw nothing. Every building
No
that used
houses.
to be here was just gone.
Did
I
he
could
kill
tell by
everybody?
the holes in the ground that a neighborhood used to be here. This was the neighborhood where I grew up in, and it's all gone. I knew that this only meant
Anime
one
backstory.
thing. The parkour villain has already made it to the top and is using the command blocks to
starting to
reshape Parkour Civilization. Oh man, this is not good. Well, plan A is out the window. It's time to start thinking of a new one. It's crazy to think that my entire life started in this temple. If I had never failed this 1-block jump at the beginning, I don't think I would have become the parkour champion that I am today. I might have just lived my life as a parkour pro, comfortable and happy. But where would
The
be the fun in that?
responsibility
At
of
least now I
power.
get a near-death experience every 5 minutes and credit for saving the world. Hopefully twice if I pull this one off. I made it up to the pro level of Parkour Civilization. I looked around and nothing seemed different, except for the fact that, well, the statue didn't have my head anymore. Alright,
No
I'm
more
gonna
head.
guess that was a personal
Removed.
design choice by the parkour
I
villain
hate you.
himself. Just like the
I hate
noob
you.
layer, everything I remember from the pro layer was gone. Except this layer was different, and now there were buildings that I've never seen before. This is
On
the
the
spot
altar?
where all of the pro houses should be, but now there's just one platform with parkour jumps on it. And not only that, the parkour jumps are identical to each other. This wasn't just a fight,
Oh,
this
it's a
was a
race
parkour
spot.
race. I thought back to what the parkour villain said. He said that he wanted to enlighten the world with his new form of parkour. If I had to guess, I would say he did just that. All of the buildings surrounding the platform looked like prisons, but after checking every one of them, there was no one inside of them. No one was here. I couldn't help but think of 2 terrible ideas of what happened. Either 1, the parkour villain wiped out every pro by himself, or 2, he made the parkour pros fight each other. No matter what
Damn.
happened, the
God
fact
damn.
remains that the prison cells are empty, so that leaves me to believe that the pros are gone. But that doesn't mean that the parkour masters are. If the outcomes I believe happened were true, it makes sense. The parkour pros wouldn't stand a chance against the parkour villain, but the parkour masters know how to fight. And if they can fight, maybe there's a chance that they've been able to stay alive. I made it up to the master level of civilization. Only one more layer and bro, really? My statue got destroyed again?
my head.
Alright, once I get my hands back on the command blocks, I gotta build like 50 of those. Even
Brain
though
state
I
my
was on the
face.
master level of civilization, everything looked exactly the same as the layer below. The entire parkour
More
city
battles,
I worked
bro.
so hard
Oh
to
my
make
God, all
was
the
completely
houses.
wiped out. And once again replaced with a platform that had parkour race courses on it. I looked around but didn't see anybody. But that's when I realized that these prisons were different than the layer below. All of these prison cells still had doors on them. The masters might still be alive.
You just don't know when to give up, do you?
Standing
he was there.
directly behind me was the parkour villain himself.
I can only imagine you escaped with the help of the parkour god. That is quite unfortunate.
I wasn't expecting the fight to get here so soon, but here it was. It's time to risk everything to save Parkour Civilization.
Time
let's
to
parkour race.
duel.
This course right here.
I'm afraid not.
Wait, what?
No.
Why not? So now you're too scared to fight? What happened to all the stuff you were saying about willing to risk everything? Sounds to me like you think you're gonna lose.
You of all people should know that course is below people like you and I. If I were to race you, the course would be terrifying. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to use the command blocks to wipe you out for good. You can try to stop me, but it looks like your hands are full.
The parkour villain wasn't even gonna fight me. He was just gonna wipe me out with the command blocks. What did he mean when he said it looks like my hands are full? But at that moment, I heard something, and I looked over at one of the prison cells. One of the doors had opened, and standing in the doorway was a parkour master. He started jumping towards me. Hey, what's going on? Are you alright? What happened to all the other parkour masters? Are they still alive?
I'm sorry, evbo, but the new champion has ordered me to race you in this parkour course.
He ordered you to race me? Why would you do that?
If I don't, he'll race me himself. And I don't want to end up like the others.
Then don't, okay? Look, as soon as you challenge me to a parkour race, one of us will die. And you're not gonna beat me, so why don't you just give me time to defeat the parkour villain, and then we'll all be okay. Just don't challenge me and trust me, I can do this.
I'm sorry, evbo, but racing you seems like my best option to stay alive. I challenge you to a parkour race.
And just like that, after those words were said, I could do nothing. Both of us were locked into a parkour race, meaning once one of us finishes the course, the other one will die, no matter what. This is exactly what the parkour villain wanted. He introduced this illegal form of parkour, and now he gets to watch and laugh as I fight to the death with the people that I'm trying to save. The worst part is that the parkour villain knows that these parkour masters are no match for me. All he wants is to watch me suffer as I eliminate my friends. After doing the last 2 Neo jumps, I knew the parkour race was over. Part of me wanted to just stop right here before the last jump and let the parkour master win, but I knew I couldn't. If I ended my journey right here, then no one would be able to stop the parkour villain, and many more lives would be lost. After I made the final jump of the parkour race, the parkour master was gone, and the fight was over. But the fight against the parkour villain hadn't even begun. If I don't get to the top of parkour civilization quickly enough, the villain will use the command blocks to delete me from this world, and I'll have no chance to save these people. Which means there's no time to waste. The last time I saved the world, I actually had a plan. But now I have no plan, no blocks to fight with, and I just realized I have no way up to the top. Oh, I'm so done for. I didn't even realize that my champion boots were gone, and only the parkour champion can see the path up to the top. But that doesn't mean it's not here. Oh no, I have a really bad idea.
Oh my
okay,
god.
I'm 99% sure this is where the first jump starts. If I get this wrong, well, it was a good life. I jumped into the air expecting to be falling,
my god.
but I wasn't.
You can't even see the outline.
Top of parkour civilization
he's
was
truly
here.
blind.
I just couldn't see it without my champion boots on. If this idea didn't work, saving the world would have been impossible. But now it's just slightly less impossible. Oh man, I have to do so many invisible jumps. Oh, this is not gonna be easy. The only thing I could do was rely on my memory of the parkour course up to the top. Luckily, I've made this journey numerous times over the course of my life, but still, jumping on invisible blocks is very much not preferred. Only a few more jumps and I was inside the parkour temple. But with how long this journey has been taking, I feel like I could be deleted in any second. After all, the parkour villain does specialize in racing. I made the final jump and I was inside the parkour temple. With no sign of the parkour villain, I can only assume he made it to the top, which means this could be the end for me. Well, if I randomly disappear, I guess I get to add an invisible parkour course to my list of accomplishments. But I wasn't gone yet. I scaled the temple until I was at the very top. He must be on the command blocks, right? There's no way he... Wait, what is that? On the other side of the parkour temple, there was some structure built, and the parkour villain was waiting for me. So, I take it there's a reason I'm still alive? What, did you want to get one last supervillain monologue before you use the command blocks to wipe me out?
I was never going to defeat you like that. I just needed you to follow me. Now, you will experience the true pain of a parkour race.
I now realized what the structure in front of me was. It was a parkour race, and it would be my last chance to save parkour civilization. Some part of me was relieved because if I was gonna be deleted by the command blocks, well, I had no plan to stop that. But now the course of action is simple: win the parkour race.
This is without a doubt the most difficult race in parkour history. I want you to feel the sense of dread as you watch me get closer and closer to the finish line, knowing no matter how hard you try, you will never catch up to me. I commend you for making it this far, but I cannot entertain this any longer.
We'll see about that.
Begin.
This was it. the hardest parkour race in history, against one of the most fearsome parkour fighters of all time. There's nothing to save me now. Miss one jump and it's over. Make the jump slower than the parkour villain and I die.
It's also
meaning I
over,
can't
boys.
hold anything back in this fight. Maybe
Come
I'm
on.
not good enough to beat the
Come
parkour
on.
villain, but someone once told me that as long as you can parkour, there is always a way. The
There's always
parkour
a
race
way.
had begun.
Boom,
I
boom,
did the first 3
boom,
jumps without stopping, but the parkour villain had matched my speed. This race
So-
was only gonna get more difficult,
Jump,
and the only
jump,
way I could get a lead on the parkour villain is by doing the most difficult jumps with virtually no stopping.
Come
I
on.
barely stayed on after the ice block jump, and now it was time for a chain neo, which the parkour villain did effortlessly. I made the chain neo myself and made the drop down to the ladder.
ladder
It
drop.
was time to speed things up. I made a
Ladder
4.5 block
Ice.
jump into a
Oh,
6.5
sprint.
block jump.
Oh
onto
my
the canvas.
God.
Now was
Oh
my
my
time to
God,
take
it's
the
gonna
lead.
get
I
tense.
quickly made the 2-block neo jump and immediately went on to the glass jumps.
Boom, glass,
the parkour
jump, jump,
villain
jump.
told me I lost the battle with him before because of my
Come on.
inability to
Ooh,
risk
ice,
everything
jump.
I had.
Ooh.
But right now, in this battle,
Oh my
I wasn't
God.
holding anything back. I stopped at a difficult neo jump. I needed momentum for this. I looked back and I had a sizable lead against the parkour villain.
He has a
I
lead.
could do this.
Maybe
I went
he's-
backwards 1 jump and
maybe
used
he's not
the
experienced.
momentum to make the 3
'Cause
block
he got all
neo
the 4
jump.
discs.
This
He's
was
got
my
practice.
time. This was my... And that's when my heart dropped. The feeling of hope I had in this battle came and went in seconds. My side of the parkour battle wasn't finished, and the end to the race
What?
was just a few
It's not
jumps
even
away.
built!
I was set up from the beginning. The parkour villain never intended on me finishing this race. He got what he wanted, and that was to make me suffer. All I could do from this point on was watch as my life slowly came to an end. This was how I was gonna go out. In a few jumps, the parkour villain would make it to the platform, and my life would cease to exist. To be honest, with everything that's happened in my life, I didn't think I would make it this far. With every battle and every parkour course I've had to do, I always thought
evbo.
that a jump would be my last. And you know what? I've made some pretty impossible jumps, which is why I'm not gonna leave parkour civilization by just standing still. I'm gonna end this journey with one final jump.
final jump. Oh.
So, this is what the end feels like. Wow, feels weird. It feels like I'm still alive. No, but I'm probably dead, right? Yeah, I'm definitely
Landed
dead.
somewhere.
I mean, I jumped
One
into the
grass
void.
block.
How would I not be dead?
You are very much still alive.
In that moment, I heard a voice that I've heard one time in
God?
my life before. It was the voice of the parkour god.
God?
Whoa. Did you say I'm alive? Wait, how is that even possible?
Why did you jump?
Why did I jump?
You knew there was no block to land on, yet you jumped anyways.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
I
I
had
had
faith.
no options, and didn't you hear my
Sama
inner
Malenko.
monologue? I kind of
I
wanted
had
that to be
faith.
my last jump in parkour civilization.
That's not it. You were prepared to sacrifice your life for parkour civilization. And perhaps I should do the same.
I'm sorry, Mr. Parkour God, but if I'm still alive, does that mean there's still a way I can go back and save the world?
You may leave anytime you want. Just fail a jump and you can go back.
I can go back and save everyone. Thank you, Parkour God. I promise I won't waste this chance.
So eager to leave already? I guess my golly words are of no value to you.
No, that's not it. Sorry, I thought you were done.
You're
Please-
cutting him
please
off. You're
continue.
cutting him off.
Throughout my life, I have never bothered to interfere with the events of parkour civilization. I was afraid of what might happen if I were to introduce my power to the world.
Wait, but you gave me the champion boots last time I needed to save the world. Didn't you interfere then?
I was merely a messenger. The old man wanted his boots to go to you, and all I did was deliver them.
So why tell me all of this? And why bring me here?
Because I have found my successor.
Oh.
You have convinced me that
Oh.
there are those in this world worthy of wielding my power. And you will continue my legacy by inheriting this power and passing it on to future generations.
Whoa, okay, hold on. You said I will inherit your power? What power is that?
You will become parkour.
I'm sorry, did you just say become
You will
parkour?
become
That doesn't make any sense.
parkour itself.
I'm a godly figure that rarely shows up. I'm not supposed to make any sense.
And just like
The
that,
holy
the parkour
music.
god vanished into thin air.
I
I'm gonna
am
inherit the parkour god's
parkour.
power? What does this even mean?
What?
Okay, I guess now's not the time to think about it too much. All that matters now is that I can finish this race and save the world.
Do you
From
feel
the
the
beginning,
power,
I've always
Evbo?
had to jump to survive.
Come
And well,
on.
I'm still jumping.
Oh, what? We're in animation now.
Oh, How did I just do that? Did the parkour god just put the ladder here for me? Oh, I am still alive. I'm still alive. How is this possible? Wait, netherite boots?
Oh,
I'm the one who made the ladder.
What? That's
What?
impossible.
Impossible.
No, it is definitely possible. Now, let's see how this works.
Oh,
Alright,
shit.
places I go.
Oh shit! Oh
This is what
shit!
parkour should feel like.
He's
Okay,
the
what do we have
parkour
here? Think I
god!
can build all that?
Boom, 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 boom.
I can see the finish line. I'm not giving up now. Come on, just 5 more jumps. Let's do this.
Come on! Boom! Dead.
Oh, it's over. Oh my gosh, it's over.
We turned into an
That one
animation.
really came down to the wire. I kind of wish someone saw that 360 at the end. That was kind of cool. Oh, my body is sore. My shoulder kind of
Did
hurts
a
from that ladder
360 at
clutch.
the end as
Should
well.
it be hurting? I thought I'm the parkour god now. I feel like I shouldn't be able to feel pain. Can I even die? Should I test it out right now? No, that's a terrible idea. I should not test that out.
He's the
Man,
parkour
why do the
god.
command blocks have to be a 4-block jump?
It's not that hard. Come on, you'll get used to it. Besides, you're the new parkour champion. You should be
He's
doing that in your
parkour
sleep.
god now!
Alright, let's see how
And
this
he made
attempt
his
went.
friend parkour
Nope, he
champion.
still messed it up again. Okay, so this time you built barely half a house, and it's also like 50 blocks up in the air. That's
Bruh.
fine. Don't sweat it. Not
Bruh.
everyone gets it on their
How
first
do I
try.
get that?
I don't get it.
How do I
I'm
get to
thinking
that
of a house, and it's not building the house. Why are these things so hard to use?
Yeah, it's more of an imagination thing. I don't know. You just gotta think harder. I mean, I got it on my first try.
Yeah, of course you did, bro. So, what are you gonna do now that the world doesn't need saving anymore? What are you supposed to do as the parkour god?
That's the thing. I don't have to do anything. If the world needs saving, I'll be there to save it. But for now, I just want to parkour. I've been a
I am
parkour
parkour.
noob. I've been a parkour pro. I've been a
shit.
master. And I've been a parkour champion. And every one of those roles came with expectations about where I should go or what I should do. But now, the only one to decide those things for me is myself. So,
He's truly
all I'm gonna
free.
do is parkour. And if that leads me back to saving parkour civilization again, then so be it. From now on, the only
Damn.
path I'm following is my own. I make my own jumps.
I make my own jumps. Hey, is that a story of financial freedom? I don't know. Yo! Climbed up the hierarchy, now he's God himself. Honestly, there's less recaps. I only got like 2 or 3 recaps. Maybe he changed it from the other one because everyone got pissed because the amount of recaps. Anyway, hit the subscribe button. Get that fidget toy if you want to support me even harder. It's on Amazon Prime. Shows up pretty fast. And yeah, I want to watch PvP Civilization. So subscribe for that. See you guys in the next video.